no. Not again.
Alrighty, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 395. This is a long title I had to cut short, so let me just try my best here. Why the Anti-SJW hate, and that's a capital H-A-T-E, for God of War's Fat Thor is due to unrealistic male body types in media. Okay. This came out just a few days ago from the Kavernacle, in case you don't know these kinds of crazy titles. It uses up all the keywords that you could possibly fit into a title.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's unrealistic to put effort into your physique.
And, And he likes talking about these topics because they proliferate on Twitter every day, and he makes stories about them. I don't know why that's relevant, but bravo. Yeah. He's got an audience. That's his job, I guess.
Unfortunate.
Well, it's just he's just preaching to a choir of a religion that he helped build up. The people do not hate Thor. That's your projection because you are filled with hate of everything. People have a problem with this depiction of Thor. They criticize it because it is quite insulting to the actual mythology. Yes. And it makes no sense in the actual mythology.
And it makes no sense to have a warrior god look like he can't take 3 steps without wheezing.
I think
I mean, his sons were assholes in the first game. That's okay, but they were still quite strong, quite relatively in shape. And depicting Frey as a crazy Oedipal woman is fitting with the actual lore, with the Edda.
Well,
but Thor being like this barrel guy, I think that's just, to me, it comes across as if that's just inspired by what was it, Endgame.
Oh, well, that's different. But, I mean, we're talking about looking at the original depiction, or I guess the original story of Thor, how he was described. So we know he had red hair. We know he drank a lot of beer. We know he could eat a lot and sleep really easily. He had 2 oxen that dragged him around or something like that.
Goats.
Goats, right. So, I mean, we can interpret saying, okay, if he drank a lot of beer and he's the strongest of men, and his hair was as beautiful as gold or whatever, but it was red haired or whatever. I mean, it's okay, fine. So he drank a lot of beer. He might have a beer belly. Okay, maybe. But then you have to put into the fact that he has to fight, and he has to get around, and he's fighting the ice giants all the time whenever it thunders. So he's constantly fighting. You have to.
He's working out.
Yeah, you have to sort of balance that image into this warrior-esque looking mountain of a man sort of idea. So I don't mind if he has a gut. I don't care, but he's got to have some sort of body to him aside from just being kind of stocky. He's got to be big.
Yeah, because this Thor he's no muscle. You can have that big belly while having muscle.
Right. And there are strong
because
men.
The muscle is beneath that.
We see all kinds of strong men in all kinds of weird competitions dragging trucks and this and that. They're big guys. They've got fat, they've got muscle, they've got just tree trunks of arms. They're huge. This guy, he's like the middleweight. He's like kind of in between. He's like not too light, he's not too big. He's just kind of, in the middle there.
I've been saying
he has poofy cheeks.
Thor's body is what you get when you used to work out a lot, doing strongman lifts and everything, and then you just stop. But you also maintain the amount of calories you were eating when you were working out.
Right, and there has to be some.
And I know that because I'm shaped like Thor. Right, I'm shaped like Thor from Ragnarok, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that would explain some things, but it has to coincide. Does he have godly powers where his muscle, he's so strong he doesn't need muscle mass, that sort of idea? He's just stronger than everything else just because he's Thor.
A lot of his muscle does come from Mejingord, which is the belt that he wears, which, belts and fat guys don't have a very good relationship.
So yes, there is some magical element to his physique, which doesn't really matter what he looks like as long as he has his items. He's going to be strong. So there's all these things to consider. So we can't just go on. He drinks a lot of beer. He eats 2 oxen. He falls asleep, and that's it. Like there's got to be more to it, and we're not asking for like a perfect Olympian body. I don't think anyone is. We want something which is sort of a balance between what this guy can do in the game and what this guy was in the original stories. If they even want to go that route, there's all kinds of renditions of Thor, which is not as accurate as it was to the, was it 11th century? I'm trying to remember how old Norse mythology is. It's around there, I assume. It's the end of the Norse period.
A better person to base, a good person to base Thor on is Thor Bjornsson, back when he was playing the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
And if you want to go this route, forgot the name because it's so long ago. The counterpart to Major Armstrong in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The what was the name of the woman with the dreadlocks?
You'd have to ask Zach.
Yeah, but her husband, the butcher. He's as strong as Armstrong, but he has the big belly, but he has the same level of muscles.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could go with that depiction. This here doesn't work. He has no muscles at all.
Well, if you actually watch the trailer, I think Thor is only in it for a few seconds. We only see the side of his hip where Mjolnir is hanging, but we do see the god of war from Norse mythology, who's called Tyr, and he's a mountain of a man, and he's just sitting down. He stands up, and you see Kratos is like a head shorter, and he looks like, okay, yeah, he's a big dude. So they seem to get some things sort of reasonably accurate. Like that makes some sense, but I don't know. Maybe this is just promotional material, because we never actually see his gut. Like when I see a guy like this, I'm thinking, where's his shirt? Where's his tunic? Where's like some fabric?
I think where's his My Little Pony jar? That's what I get from that.
Well, if you're gonna wear all these leather pauldrons, whatever, it's still gonna chafe your skin. You got to wear like fabric underneath that, and some of it doesn't look right.
You don't want to wear mail on your skin. That is really shit, especially if you have body hair. After that, if you wear the chainmail long enough without any fabric beneath it, you won't have body hair for long. I can attest to that.
Yeah, so some things I'm like, it doesn't really bother me per se, because God of War always takes lots of liberties with, well, character designs, but they usually base it off Greco-Roman concepts. So when they jump to Norse mythology, it's like, okay, great, that's cool, I like that. Go crazy with all your witches and your Valkyrie and other winged creatures. Great stuff. So I personally don't have any stake in this assessment, but I would like to see a balance between ideas. That's when we talk about either amalgamations or adaptations where you want to appease as many people as possible. So when you look at historical examples of Thor, let me just bring them up, because I took a few shots from Google here. Here is Thor from a beer hall or beer house in Copenhagen. It's been there for about 100 years. This is your standard, I don't know if that's marble. It should be marble. And you have your typical rendition of your Greco-Roman Renaissance style. Thor, he's got two, what are those called? I'm not sure what those are. Those oxes? Or can't tell. Goats? Yeah, they have crazy horns. And he's got
Smart, did you invite Yulita? She wanted to be on
too. She wants to be on? Let me do that.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Okay, so this has been around for 100 years, so not a big deal. Here's a statue of Thor from, I guess, an original concept. And it looks like it's a block of wood or a block of resin. And you can't really tell about his body, but he's sitting down, he's holding his hammer. And he's got a crown on of some, or helmet of some kind. Big beard. Can't really tell how fat he is, but definitely not that big. Not that huge. Not compared to God of War Thor. Here is God of Thunder by... Who the hell's the artist here? I don't know, but at least he's wearing some kind of clothing. And it looks like it's peeling off his extremely powerful physique, upper body. and he doesn't look fat. He looks like a big guy. So I don't know who the artist is there. Here's another one from Scandinavian Pantheon. Okay, wielding his hammer. Wood engraving 1874. Okay, so again, just your typical male-looking dude's got a crown. He's got a hammer. He's got some sort of loincloth or something. Not even a strong-looking dude. Just a guy. So, not a big deal.
Yeah, and since he's a god of thunder, you can go through the various mythologies we have. He's in that family. You could make him out as a relative to Zeus, being a thunder god, and if you've seen the Greek statues from the actual time, that is what the Norse gods should be imagined to, or are imagined to be too. There's this one big Zeus temple with this giant statue of him, where he's sitting on a throne, and I think that's much closer to what he is than the fat guy that they made him for the story, for whatever the story is supposed to be there.
Right. And we don't even know his conditions, why he's that weight or shape. It could be he's depressed. We don't know. It's up in the air.
God damn it. I don't need another depressed fat Thor. Come on.
Well, if you're god of war and you're going around killing gods, maybe he's realizing that Ragnarok's coming and he's just drinking his ass off.
Then Thor should be excited to go all out. Like, give his fucking all.
Possible.
Whoop Jormungandr's ass.
So here's just another depiction. I don't know who drew this, but red hair, red beard. He's got some furs going. He's got a cape going. You can see the hammer behind him. He's swinging. Doesn't look too muscular, but kind of like a wild-looking Irishman look going for him. And one more. Here's Statue of Thor in the actual game. And here he is, a big, blocky fellow who looks like a mountain of a man. He's got his hammer going. Torso looks pretty solid. He's got some sort of... I'm not sure what kind of boots those are, or if he even has boots. So he looks like a guy who's going to war. He's got armor on. So this is from God of War. So I'm not sure where this was in the original game, but we get to see him in the next one. Anyway. It's not a big deal, honestly. I really don't care. But we've seen plenty of examples. So I don't know if you want heroes or renditions of Thor to be fat, but didn't go over too well with most people.
Not really. You better have a good idea. And the thing in Endgame, there's a good story to it, and they didn't write him out of that very well. But him going into that PTSD depression thing, that had that I think was done all right.
Yeah, I love it when...
I don't know what's going on with God of War.
Well, when they hired
good reason and not just have him being an asshole, because Thor is an asshole. In all the stories, Thor is an asshole.
Whenever they changed the voice actor to Christopher Judge, I was like, all right, well, they're clearly doing something different for some reason. And making it... Was it son of Kratos? What was the joke?
That's what I didn't like. That the big reveal is Kratos' son is Loki.
Yeah, like why though?
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense. Because Loki is half giant, but frost giant, and not whatever Kratos' wife was.
I think Kratos' wife was Laufey, so it makes a sort of sense.
Anyway, let's get on with the video. This is a 30-minute video. We're not going to watch it all, of course, but we might need to skip ahead.
Just in time.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Yes.
He actually put timestamps in his video.
No, I'm not drowning. No, fuck off.
And one of them is why I say Thor like 4. And that's because you're British, I assume. But anyway, let's get started.
So a couple months back, I made a video talking about anti-SJWs and gamers'
Don't you mean like every goddamn day it's all you talk about?
views on women body types in video games, because of
Yeah, and we
course,
covered
last
that
year
and it was stupid.
There is a massive controversy about Abby from The Last
No,
of
there
Us.
isn't.
Fairly...
Oh, no, Kavernacle. It's not a controversy. You people are just idiots. Because you people, you who like this crap that makes no sense, you're obsessed with this trans shit, which this even isn't. So you could say this was baiting. You're obsessed with this shit. You are the minority. You're the minority.
Well, the problem I have is
That means you are making the controversy. You have the controversial opinion, not the majority.
this is
The
all
majority is not having the controversy. You are making the controversy.
this is all stuff that's on Twitter. I see some of it on YouTube, but just people talking about the content. Like we had stuff on Reddit where actual bodybuilders talked about these things. Fitness trainers talked to these people and say, "Yeah, this is pretty unrealistic." If they're going to tell a story in post-apocalyptic America, how did this happen? There's no way that someone could be this big. So, I don't care either way. It looks odd. I don't understand the science. You talk to people who know this stuff. They go, yeah, this wouldn't happen. And it's not that it's impossible. It's that we know that the food she's eating can't constitute this, and her exercise routine can't constitute that. If we didn't know those two things, then it would be up in the air. We'd be like, yeah, it's possible. Who really cares? It's not a big deal. But because the information contradicts what we see on screen, that's the controversy to the guy who's paying attention, to the guy who wants to know the details. That's it. Everyone else saying, oh, she's so strong and she's a player character and I like her and I dislike her for other reasons. Like, yeah, that's great. I don't care.
Yes, I too love murderous psychopaths.
Yeah, with revenge plots that meander.
I can really identify with that.
Isn't the denouement of her story the goddamn story? Like, it's so boring. It's like, oh, I did the thing, and now I'm just gonna, walk around and meet people, and pick flowers and play with puppies. It's like, that's not a story. That's the end of a story. Go somewhere with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange. I spent my whole life wandering revenge, and now I don't know what to do with the rest of it.
Yeah, and the next level excuse is when you bring up that this is immersion breaking because it is unrealistic, but it's a game that has plant zombies, it has zombies, so it's unrealistic anyway. No, that's not what that term means.
The plant zombies were meant to be a somewhat realistic depiction of how that would work in the real world. There's a reason they based it off of cordyceps. Cordyceps does that shit to insects.
Yes. What I was getting at is this is not so you can put the zombies into science fiction fantasy extrapolation of things we have in the real world. Okay, that's your fantastic element in the story. The humans in the story, however, work after normal rules of how humans work. That's how it's. If you want these characters to be realistic, they cannot go out of bounds of how humans function.
Well,
Abby is completely out of bounds of how humans function.
It's only due to the fact...
That's what's breaking the immersion.
It's only due to the fact that the story shows us what she eats and how she works out. Look at other games, like in the future, like Mass Effect. We know that biotic people need to consume a lot more calories because they burn it using biotics. But we don't actually have scenes of them eating. We don't have them going to the mess hall or ordering food or complaining about food or having a workout regimen. There's none of that. We just assume they do that. We don't need to see that. We don't need these details. They don't mean anything to us. So
it's safe to assume that Kavernacle eats one burrito and that's all the calories he needs for an entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, even if The Last of Us The Last of Us 2 had not shown us where and how many calories she gets and what her workout routine is, we would still easily infer how much she would need. And this is in contrast with the setting she's in, which is a setting of scarcity. A post-apocalyptic setting of scarcity where there is not enough food. it's impossible for her to maintain this, especially without steroids.
Well, the argument that these people made was that if you walk around, because in that scene where you go get your burrito, before that you walk around the gym and you walk around outside where they're frying up all this meat. It's like, well, there's the food. It's like, yeah, they're frying it up. You're not actually eating the stuff they're cooking right there. It's rationed.
Yeah.
It's deliberately rationed.
I still know that they have the fucking cows out in the football pasture of fake grass and over concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get back to Thor as opposed to Kavernacle talking about other old crap.
Mm-hmm. A normal-looking woman who has visibly...
This is not normal, you fucking idiot. Go outside, you fucking idiot. Go outside, meet some people, meet some actual women. Because you keep accusing people who criticize your socialist nightmare insults. If you say this is a normal-looking woman, I have to assume that you are the bloody incel. Because you're not getting laid, because you've never seen a woman, neither clothed nor naked, besides your mother.
Alright.
Fucking Kavernacle Chan over here.
Bloody hell.
If you look at the model she was based off, that is not a normal looking woman. That is a buff chick.
Oh no.
And it's
but even she looks more normal than this.
Yeah.
They didn't even pick a bodybuilding chick with a cute face. They got the one with the most busted face they could find, and then they built Abby off of that.
And what's even worse, there actually are buff women that are actually damn sexy, but they didn't even go that route.
Yep. They make him all uglier, like the girlfriend of Ellie, or what I was. The actress they based her off, she has a cute face too, and then they uglified the model. Like, why do you need the bloody actresses to model after in the first place? If you just uglify them, if you hit them with the ugly stick, just like Mass Effect Andromeda.
I was just gonna say, just pull a Mass Effect Andromeda.
Guy looks okay.
Make your own ugly women.
Guy looks okay. Woman is like, what the fuck happened here?
You mean Ryder?
It's like she got fucking some late.
It's like she got Down syndrome.
Little sudden onset Down syndrome.
Let's get
and here, last thing on this one. If you're working out hard, you do not want coarse fabric directly chafing on your feminine nipples. That seriously. This is why you wear a bra.
All right.
So that you keep that because this is going to be sore like hell. You don't want that. That's why you wear a bra.
Okay. Anyway.
And she doesn't.
Let's get back to the video. Here's 2 donations. Here's Mark Out 3D. Hey, Mark, how you doing? The last part of this video covers his past fitness life and how he stopped working out because of a toxic masculine image. Oh, we got to get to the end of that. That's going to be great.
Oh, fuck off.
Looking forward to Bears bullying him. Okay.
I'm going to fucking... one of these days, I'm going to find Kavernacle. I'm going to lift him over my head like fucking Bane and break his back.
Okay. Here's Francis.
I swear to fucking God, I hate this fucking...
Francis Ford Coppola. As heinous to look at as Abby is, it's a good break from staring into Kavernacle's beady, lifeless, dead little eyes and looking at his soy-filled balloon head. Well, if you stop exercising because of some bullshit reason like the toxic masculine whatever, there is something wrong with your head. You're not exercising the right muscle, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, see, the reason
you should exercise your brain.
Yeah.
The reason I took my most recent break from working out is because I fucking tore a muscle in my pectoral.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Kavernacle stopped working out because he got to the 10-pound dumbbell and it was too difficult.
Oh, by the way, Kavernacle, you don't need a gym to work out. You only need self-discipline. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think that's the most important part of working out, actually, is discipline. It doesn't matter what level you're at. It doesn't matter how far or how long. If you keep at it every day or every other day, whatever your routine is, that's what you need. That is it.
Yeah. Discipline yourself. That is the path to freedom.
It's what you need to build muscle is blood, sweat, and years. it takes a long time.
Oh yeah, there was a
And you have
study
to be consistent
last
over that
week
long time.
of people who are in like their 50s or 60s just starting to go to the gym. Like if you started when you were 20 and you only went once a week, you'd have a way better body by the time you're 50 or 60 just by going once a week or once a month, whatever the starting period was. So
yeah, because the older you get, the harder it is to build muscle, and the faster you lose it again. And when you've trained yourself out to your natural limits without any steroids or something, to your natural limits in your 20s, it is very easy to always get back to that level because your body's been there. It knows what it has to do.
The only difference would be the loss of certain cartilage from certain joints, like the knees, or I think it was, I can't remember which other ball socket joints. But that's like, football players, they can't push as hard as, they can still work out, obviously, but they just can't push as heavy as they'd like to. So,
well, knees are crap anyway. Human knees are absolute crap. Human knees are one of the key examples of intelligent design being bullshit. Because whoever designed that is a complete douchebag. Complete hack.
Everyone has problems with their knees. It doesn't matter what exercise you're doing.
Yeah, because our knees are not made for upright walking.
Anyway,
it's just evolutionary hack together because the evolution into that was too fast. So we're stuck with this crap now.
All right. Anyway, let's get back to the video. We got one more donation from Francis again, and how far are we in the video? Like 30 seconds? Anyway, don't worry. Here's Francis
23.
Again.
Did you know the number 23 is everywhere?
Yeah, well.
We haven't even heard our first ridiculous.
Okay. Francis says, Kev stopped working out because he got banned from the gym. He got banned because he just could not stop sucking people off in the men's version.
Well, that's true.
Okay, I'm not going to read the rest, but you get the idea. Anyway, thank you for Francis.
I straight up got banned from Planet Fitness one time because of the fucking lunk alarm.
Lunk alarm?
Oh yeah, if you drop things in Planet Fitness, your fucking air raid siren will go off.
Really?
That was my first infraction. My second infraction was bringing in my own gallon jug of water instead of buying overpriced fucking vitamin waters.
Okay, that's evil.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then the third infraction was me telling a 5'5" greasy little manlet to go fuck himself. He happened to work there, so that was probably not the wisest decision on my part. But he was all up in my face. Or,
Were you stupid?
Yeah, on the first one,
he was all up in the upper portion of my sternum.
Yeah, on the first one, I can understand when gyms don't want people to throw the weights around without reason, like it happens on accident. Yeah, okay. But the rest is bullshit, especially the water. The water is evil.
Yeah, well, Planet Fitness, they give you fucking pizza. They have pizza nights at Planet Fitness.
What?
Yes.
What?
Wow.
What? How? Why? What?
Like, there's a reason why.
It's a Planet Fatness?
Yes, that's why I call it that. There's a reason why they keep it the fucking, aside from having no overhead costs because they don't have smithing machines or any weights above 50 pounds.
What?
The reason why they keep it, you have to stack multiple weights to get, they don't have 75-pound weights.
What?
At least
at the fucking physiotherapy in the clinic I was in, they had bigger weights.
Your physiotherapy costs more than a Planet Fitness membership.
No, I don't know. The health insurance pays for that. Fuck off.
All right. Anyway, back to the video. Let's go.
Yeah.
In life. And then, of course, there was massive outrage about Tifa's redesign in
On
Final
Twitter.
Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
There was
On
even
Twitter
some
and nowhere
outrage
else.
about the new
That was a-
going back.
Oh, by the way, that Tifa image, that was a completely normal-looking woman. That was an average woman.
Yes.
I actually like the design.
It's ridiculous, but I kind of want to
Oh, hey, he said it!
and talk about male body standards.
Take a shot.
Now, you guys probably have seen the new God of War reveal, and the
Oh, he cheated with his oranges.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure they were all one color last time.
Oh, don't worry.
I love how fucking, like, Kavernacle doesn't sound like he's been drinking, but he sounds like he's been drinking a lot. All the time.
He sounds like he's constantly hanging.
Oh, it's ridiculous, and there's been a review.
I feel like he's reading a newspaper, and he's just bored. He's like, oh, this thing happened, and this... It's stupid.
It sounds like he's anhedonic. Like he has no emotion, he has no drive, he has no passion.
Yes.
It sounds like some sort of, I don't know. He doesn't seem depressed, but he what?
I agree, Wisp. Kavernacle does sound like himself.
All right, here's Vladimir Dragunov random topic, but thank you, sir. Here's a distraction from the stupid stuff. Apparently, White Castle is celebrating its 100th anniversary. That was like a few months ago, I thought.
Oh shit! I just imagine like Kavernacle. I just imagine like Kavernacle at some point, like got like shot in the heart or like something. He was on the medical bed. He had the vision, and Q came to him, and Q gave him the vision of this life of Kavernacle, but the Kavernacle in the vision didn't have the realization that Picard did. So he went ahead and lived the life bereft of passion and imagination and just made YouTube videos about how people are ridiculous.
Maybe that's his curse. He did something really bad in his past life, and this is his karma.
Oh yeah, he was an exceptionally dickheadish cockroach, and now he's got to live this life as Kavernacle.
I just can't see the joy in critiquing people on Twitter and making videos out of that all your days. Like that'd be pretty boring.
There is no joy in this guy. There's no emotion in him at all. It's just, but not in the sense of a psychopath.
Oh God,
that he doesn't understand them. It's just in the sense of that he has no emotional reactions to anything.
No, there's no passion for it whatsoever.
Because he's just so low energy. I don't think he has the energy to have emotions.
Anyway.
That man is bereft of passion and imagination. That is who I am.
Pretty much. That pretty much sums up Kavernacle in a nutshell.
Anyway, we've been...
Send him a few chocolate oranges to make him feel better. Then he'll gain a soul.
Yulita, he cheated. He bought new ones that have color to them so that it looks not shit.
No!
Like Kavernacle in a bathroom stall with a fucking chocolate orange and a spoon, and he just lights a fucking big lighter under the spoon just to heat it up.
Leave him alone to his addiction.
Yeah.
Cannot judge him.
Yeah.
It's a hierarchy of chocolate oranges, guys. It's a...
Yeah, and I agree with Chad here. There is no joy in socialism, and that's why he's completely joyless.
Like a dominance hierarchy of chocolate oranges.
Because you can't make everyone equally happy.
All the white guys
can make everyone equally miserable.
All the white guys are on the
Unless
bottom.
You're the cheerleader.
And all the blue and red guys are on top. There you go. I don't know where I was going with that.
Shit,
anyway.
Is that some biting political commentary about...
Whenever I try to make a joke, just remember I'm a racist, so just, process that.
Yeah, that's why you have me. That's why you happily had me on, right?
Well, you said you wanted to be on.
This is supposed to be a representation of the ideal socialist society that has no hierarchies, where the white chocolate oranges are all at the bottom.
Yeah,
to get rid of the white supremacy.
It's a flat
and they
hierarchy.
have to slave work for the upper classes of the non-existent hierarchy, the very flat hierarchy of the pyramid.
It's a flat hierarchy until you go to the second floor. Then there's the second flat hierarchy. Then you go to the third floor. Third floor.
Damn! I've never thought about it like that. Now it makes sense. Yeah. How they see it. Damn.
What a troll.
Anyway, let's get on with whatever the hell he's trying to say.
Code of socialism.
We don't know what the hell he's trying to say because he's talking about other videos. I'm like, dude,
he's complaining that the ugly women that are completely unrealistic are totally normal, and that pretty women like Tifa are unrealistic. This guy is.
If you want to see some
insane.
Unrealistic pictures, I saved one from a clothing website that I occasionally buy from, and this is unrealistic. Like, they warped it so badly. Take a look in the chat.
That's not unrealistic. I've seen
But
plenty of black
look at
women.
the warping.
Sorry?
You see the
Jesus
line
Christ.
warping?
Oh God, the background is fucking.
That is bad.
warped.
That
Right?
is bad Photoshop. That is really bad
It's
Photoshop.
terrible Photoshop.
Oh, I see what
Maybe,
you're saying.
maybe she's so thick that it warps reality. Maybe that's what it is.
I
Oh
believe it or
my
not, I
God,
do have
yes.
some black lady friends, and that is not even close to the curves that they have. So
Smud, you can't have black lady friends. You're racist, remember?
that's true. Yes, I am racist, and I do have.
Oh
black lady
no!
friends.
He can of course as sex slaves. Then it fits
Oh
again.
God.
Do you remember
Oh, boy.
that one guy that I don't remember who it was that they claimed, oh, he's racist, and they said, but my wife is black. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're oppressing her because you're white, and so she's just a sex slave. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So somebody, whoever's in the chat, could you Photoshop Smud over Calvin Candy, please?
Calvin, what?
Calvin Candy.
What's Calvin Candy?
Okay, you haven't seen Django Unchained then, all right.
No, haven't watched it yet. Anyway.
Oh, we need to watch it together.
Anyway, all I wanted to show you on the screen was the photo that Yuletta gave us, and what are they called? The blinds, or the Venetian blinds, what are these called? Obviously Photoshop, because they're pulling the hips and stretching. Like, it looks pretty silly. So, yeah. Anyway,
Turns
back
out
to
her
it.
hips do lie. Oh.
Let's go.
Anyway.
This unrealistic representation makes me want to get an ass job so badly. Like,
You know what?
You
It's
can
a
have
blessing
ass
and a
jobs, you
curse.
can have hip jobs, you can take out a rib.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
yeah, I don't need 3 of my ribs. They can just go.
Please don't. You need your internal organs to protect yourself.
Yulita Manson over here.
Anyway, back to the.
I want to be able to suck my own dick.
Okay then. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
But that's the lore, Smud.
They released little, I guess, artist drawings of the main cast, and included was Thor, and
That
didn't
is
look
just insulting.
Like Chris Hemsworth, wasn't, very
No,
chiseled and thin.
Oh my God,
had
you
a
fucking
bit of a
idiot. He
belly,
doesn't have to look like
looked
Chris
very
Hemsworth.
menacing and very intimidating. He was very large, and of course, it's not conventional for, I guess.
I am not intimidated by a guy that looks like he has a My Little Pony cum jar.
Yeah, he looks more like some god of
The god of
festivals.
neckbeards.
I can imagine Bacchus looking like this.
He looks like a guy that I could best at axe throwing.
Yes. Well, mostly
That's not a you.
No, mostly because you could probably whip more than one axe without fucking having a coronary.
Exactly. And actually, hey, I actually went to an axe throwing bar here, what was it, last weekend? And I got a few bullseyes. So,
Oh, damn.
So this guy, I mean, I could best him no problem. 'Cause he doesn't look like... So, when you're proportioned like that, it's harder to be nimble, right? And so I would think you would have a hard time just being accurate with any sort of physical activity. Oh no, I'm getting into body shaming. I am so sorry.
Yes.
Please, someone
but-
shame me.
In regards to fighting, that is very relevant because if your belly's too big, that hinders your movement. Just like, let's take, if you just pump up your arms so that you have a giant biceps, you're not biceps. Right?
Beefceps. What?
Sorry, I'm mixing up German and American pronunciation. Sorry.
No.
So
Then I screwed up.
Aceps connect
Okay.
to the bicep.
The triceps, yeah.
so the the big upper arm muscle thing that everybody loves to look at.
The brachialis.
Beef.
So if you overtrain that and it's just this pumped up big thing, you will not be able to punch straight anymore. You will always have to do big hooks, big swings, and that is easy. That takes longer to punch. It's more predictable. It's easier to dodge. Yeah, there's more mass behind it. So what? You can't punch straight anymore. And if you want to fight for real, you need to be able to punch straight. So you don't want that muscle to be too large.
Right, and I don't know if this has been brought up yet, but does anyone remember hearing about archer women who would actually, if they had too much in the way of breast tissue, they would actually remove their aiming?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, but they would bind their chest so it was easier to aim and shoot, because when you're drawing a bow, your chest does get in the way. I mean, I've struggled with that before when using a bow and arrow, because the resistance on a bow is so extreme. You need as much wiggle room as possible when you're drawing your string.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, body shape plays a huge part in this.
Apparently, this is a Greek thing. This is called the Lampetos. They were the daughters of Mars, they call themselves. I can't remember. But this is all old crap.
Yeah, now it's...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now I'm starting to remember. It's been a long time since I took a classics class. You know, just I mean, I'm definitely 21, right? 21. Believe me, right?
Oh, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just a college student, right? I know everything.
Anyway.
I mean, you know, there are remedial college students, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Does college have super seniors?
Oh, plenty. I'm one.
Adobe plugins, and then the next course is Greek philosophy. That's great. Okay. Anyway,
there's courses where students are regularly in their 13th semester or something.
All right.
Honestly,
let's keep going. Here is Buck Breaker. I'm going to take a shot at Dark.
Oh God.
Wait, I didn't catch it. What did you say?
I love this. I love this show. I love this.
Guys, it's just donations, okay? They can name themselves whatever they like.
I love it. I love it.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say the artist saw Endgame and thought, wasn't Fat Thor funny? And decided that's why they designed Thor like that. And of course, the soy boy loves it.
Mm-hmm.
This Thor probably looks like a socialist woman he tries to woo. Let's not try and guess the personal
Eastern
life.
European powerlifters, though.
Let's not jump into that realm. I want to get to his point because it's taking so long, and I want to know what he's trying to say here. So,
Smud, the only point Kavernacle has is on the top of his head.
He has a hairline. That's good.
It's some sort of animal. No, in the chat, Diamond X said, Shad demonstrated that even huge boobs are not an obstacle with archery if you know how to shoot. I must have missed that video.
Well, I'd love to watch
Julita.
it.
Same.
I would love to watch that. So, any guys' recommendations for women shooting bows? Let's see them. So, anyway.
Yeah, send Smud your big titty woman.
That's a great idea. Okay, let's go on with the video.
Yeah. Big titty archery. Very, very important.
Its view of this stuff caused a bit of a stir, and the people who are mainly mad about this, of course, just with the depiction of women in video
Let me guess.
games, it was actually men. Men were the ones who were most outraged about this depiction, probably surprising nobody. So
Kavernacle.
Okay, so
how do you know that?
That means that these men aren't sexist, though.
Mm-hmm.
If these men don't like Abby's depiction, right, and then Fat Thor comes out and men don't like that either, then that means those men are not sexist towards Abby. So, congratulations, you played yourself.
And what's wrong with men liking and disliking renditions of other men? What's wrong with that?
It's fucking gay.
Because then you're showing interest in another man's physique, and that's just, it's not looked on well in the community, right?
What community?
The manly
War.
man community.
The Twitter male community.
Well, that's why there are totally no strongman competitions where they show off their muscles and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no body.
That doesn't exist.
Mr. Universe isn't a thing.
It's not like I have many pictures of large men saved on my phone or anything like that.
There's all kinds of weightlifting styles, and the men look different in every one. They're not just one looking, like deadlifters look a little different than the, what's the normal style? The tuck, what's it called? Snap? I can't remember
What?
The standard Olympic weightlifting. What's that called?
The overhead lift thing?
Yeah, you have to go into that pose, then you bring them above your head for 5 seconds.
That's clean and jerk.
Clean and jerk, thank you. That's the one. But deadlifting, there's all kinds of weightlifting. Everyone looks different based on the exercise they do. So,
Like, bodybuilding is all about hypertrophy and not about, like, actual real strength training. That's why their muscles tend to be tighter, bigger in certain areas. They also have more toned abdominal muscles. They got the taper, that V taper for their torsos, whereas strong men will be just like fucking stocky box barrel chest.
Yeah, and actually, for bodybuilding competitions, they go through extremes right before their shows where they use like water pills and everything just to. They become extremely dehydrated just to make sure that they're not carrying around any sort of extra water weight and they can look as lean and cut as possible because it is all about showing off and not the actual strength of the individual.
Yeah. And here the difference between Abby and this Fat 4 of God of War is Abby does not get the energy and does not do the workout to make that possible, aside from normal female biology not even allowing for that. On the other hand, you have God of Thunder,
Yes.
who battles frost giants all the time and makes the thunder in the clouds, you know? Every time that's going on, it's 4. And he is this somehow by always working out, he ends up like this.
Honestly, I would want a guy whose main enemies live up a series of steep inclines to not look like he could be winded walking up a single flight of stairs.
Furthermore, women like to look at pretty women, as far as I know. We can ask you later about that, whether you prefer to look at pretty and sexy women or at, well, what SJW seem to like.
Ugly.
Oh, God. So my preference is, okay, very feminine women, because androgyny, there's something very unappealing to it. I don't know what exactly it is. It's just, I like things, I like hyper femininity, and I also like hyper masculinity.
okay.
It's all, sorry.
Hyper supremacy. It's hyper supremacy, I tell you.
Please do not cool on Smud stream.
It's a power struggle, I tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I like to be under the oppressive masculine hand, but I do.
Yeah. So, Kavernacle, we've heard the men, we've heard the women. What excuse are you gonna levy at me for not liking this?
That you're ridiculous.
Of course.
Anyway, let's see what he has to say.
This video, I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about just unrealistic standards for men in terms of like our own standards. I'm not talking about like with women, how often
I don't think you have any
standards
standards
put upon them by the male gaze.
The male gaze. The male gaze of men. Yeah, we look at other men and go, "Yeah, dude, you got to work out."
Yeah, no, that's true.
Toxic male gaze.
No, you need that though. You need your buddies to tell you that you look fat and unhealthy.
Yeah. And Kavernacle, that you probably claim to not have a male. You've proven that you do not understand what is sexy about women. So why are you trying to teach us anything about how people should look and what is realistic and unrealistic? You don't even know what a sexy woman looks like, because you have no. Just as you are completely anhedonic, you probably have no libido as well.
Maybe
see a fucking doctor.
Maybe if we saw the depiction of like Dionysus or I don't know, the god of beer drinking, and he'd have a big beer belly.
Dionysus.
Yeah, you'd be like, okay,
doesn't he normally?
That would be fine.
Bacchus, the god of wine, has a 6-pack.
Well, all the Roman gods are pretty amazing. So, or the Greco-Roman gods are pretty amazing. So, yeah. But I would be okay with that because he is a drinker of alcohol. So it's like, okay, he's going to put on some weight. I get that.
Like, Tyrion, the god of tits and wine, is better shaped than Thor.
Well, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
To look. But I'm talking about how us as men put these ridiculous standards on ourselves, and it actually
I'm not
has
sure you are,
affected
man.
me personally.
No, it is
so
not
I will end this video by talking about.
So it's ridiculous part 2 or number 2. We're just checking them off here.
But fucking striving for excellence is not unrealistic or ridiculous, Kavernacle. Maybe it is for you.
I don't think
you don't have ambition.
It require trying.
I don't think we're saying, hey, you know what, we don't look like a superhero. It's like, I don't think anyone's saying that. We're saying, hey, let's actually have a standard. Let's actually say we should probably look like something better than we are.
But here's the thing. The fact that a human being can get to a proportion that sort of looks like a superhero means that it is not unrealistic by definition. Like, maybe if you're looking at fucking Rob Liefeld drawings from the early 90s, sure. I'm never going to be able to get my foot into that perfect diamond shape. Right? I'm not going to have a fucking 12-pack on top of an 18-pack on top of a 24-pack of abs. But, like, most depictions of superheroes are things that you could sort of look like.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen the before-after pictures of Chris Pratt, how he got in shape for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
Before he's just this pale, flabby,
Kavernacle-esque.
The blob.
Well, no, he wasn't as bad as Thor. Like, he wasn't that bad.
No. He was just this. What's the thing? What are the name of
like
the things that dolphins get high on?
The what?
The things that dolphins get high on.
A pufferfish?
No, not puffer. Yeah, I think they also do pufferfish.
Yeah.
No, the other things, the things that are only water.
Sea anemones?
The fucking English.
Sea anemones.
I can't fucking remember anything anymore. What the fuck is wrong? So, Qualle, jellyfish.
Oh, jellyfish.
You look like a jellyfish.
I want
fucking
to see
hell.
enema.
Anemones. You know what a sea anemone is?
Anemone.
Anemone. Anemone.
I'm doing it for our German friend. He has to pronounce every letter.
Smud, you're into some weird
Anemone. No. He looks like a jellyfish. And look, listen to the German word for jellyfish. Qualle.
Oh.
Like it has
really
even
cool.
it even sounds like it moves. Qualle. Like blop.
I'm okay with the box jellyfish being called that because those motherfuckers are dangerous as shit, but every other form of jellyfish does not deserve a name that cool.
We should change all of our...
Anyway,
Mandalore.
for Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt got really into shape, and he's like packs and 6-pack and everything. From that Qualle. It's great. You can do that. But
It's almost like if you try, you can achieve a thing.
Okay. Here's Thomas.
yeah, but
Here's Thomas the Anne Frank engine. I remember that one. That's a great one.
God damn. These names are fucking killing me.
I
love all of you.
I'm hearing some squeaking from the chairs of one of the Smudcast. Anyway, the only women that like this version of Thor is Shoe on Head, and given her taste in men, Thor ought to be insulted.
Oh no.
oh,
Oh no.
yeah, she likes the fat beer belly guys.
Oh, boy.
With
The fat beer belly guy that trade her in for younger versions of herself.
What?
Ouch.
Yeah.
That happened. Like, the fucking Armored Skeptic straight up got a chick that looks like younger Shoe.
Ooh, dear.
I didn't know. I thought he was still single.
Oh.
Well, it's none of our business. It's not important to the conversation.
Hey, that's a wonderful,
They put it on the
wonderful.
internet. It is by default our business
Yeah,
now.
well,
Yeah,
anyway.
it's a wonderful world of internet soap opera.
Oh, God.
The tangled web we weave.
It's the interweb.
When you use Instagram? What?
Interwebs.
Anyway.
What I wanted to say here, I have almost forgotten
That's
at this
okay.
point.
We forgive you.
Fuck. All right,
Maybe.
he has no. Kavernacle has absolutely no intention, drive, or ambition to become the best version of himself, to ever strive for that. He is fine the way he is, which is some low brain, emotionless, expressionless blob on his chair.
No,
Forever.
remember, he's better than us. Look at his pyramid of chocolate oranges, where
right.
he looks down upon us capitalist common folk.
Let's not get into the
Is that a Christmas tree?
what?
No, that'd
Is
be
it?
Yes, it probably is.
What? That's so strange.
Oh God.
Anyway, let's get away from the ad hominems and focus on the argument, if there is one yet. Here's two more
never.
super chats and donations. One's from Vladimir. Didn't Affleck beef up to be Batman? He certainly did.
Yes.
And that was during the time he was buying donuts and going for coffee and all that crap. Mike OX Long. Mike Oxlong? Mike.
No, Smud. Oh,
It says Mike
shouldn't have
OX
said it.
Long. What do you want?
no! Don't say it. Don't. Just call him Mike. Just call him Mike.
All right, Mike.
actually say-
Enema.
there you
We are finding Nemo on Smudboy's ass. What? Now back to the topic. That's an interesting title. Kavernacle probably pretended to be Wolverine as a kid with a fork as the claws and forgot his arch nemesis, the diabolical Dr. Wallsocket. Okay, well that's whoever's doing these, they're having a great time at our expense. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I love
Oh
it.
my God.
I love it.
Anyway,
Oh, so real quick before we get back on topic, I just received a message. I'm supposed to give Bears, Smud, and Wisps my regards from Tanuki because he's weeping over his lost loaf of bread.
Oh no!
he's
What
crying over
happened?
bread. Really?
He is.
Why?
He used wax paper instead of parchment paper.
Oh no!
I knew it. It's terrible.
Rip.
Oh dear. All that flour
It's a
and
tragedy.
water and salt, maybe.
Hey, it
What?
was cultivated with love and yeast.
Oh, some yeast. Whoa, look out. That changes everything. Okay.
Smud,
Yes.
when you start making your own bread, you'll understand. Okay?
I have made. Wait, Tom, I'm Italian. What do you think?
when you grow up.
What do you think I've been?
When you grow up and you start making
Smart.
brioche.
Not this flat stuff that never goes up. Actual bread.
No, we make actual bread too. I used to go to Ukrainian Blessing of the Baskets where we made babkas, which is Ukrainian breads. So lots of egg and lots of flour.
Yeah. Do you know the thing about Ukrainian bread?
It's amazing.
No. the other thing about Ukrainian bread.
Soft and fluffy, and put butter on it.
Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there. It's not Italian bread.
That's true.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't see how that's an argument because I know them
camera.
both. So, focaccia's amazing.
It's
I don't know
okay.
what you're talking about. Anyway,
I was about to say focaccia's delicious.
yeah, it's your problem.
that's
Stop,
right.
Get
that's
out
right,
of my
that's
mind.
Right.
Anyway,
That's right.
let's keep going. You guys are talking too much.
My own
That's ridiculous.
with fitness and everything like that, because although I've always been a
Motherfucker,
fit
fitness
person
broke up
and
with you.
surprisingly,
What? He's been a what?
been a skinny person, a lot of people say they think I'm a lot larger.
I want to hear that
I'm
again.
talking about how us as men put these ridiculous standards on ourselves, and it actually has affected me personally. So I will end this video by talking about my own relationship with fitness and everything like that. Because although I've always been a fit person, and surprisingly, some of you have actually always been a skinny person, a lot of people say they think I'm a lot larger. I have had a lot of troubles with my own image of myself. Not like body dysmorphia, but I think it's because of the unrealistic standards I just see all around me. And
Yeah, man. If you had body dysmorphia, you would be hallucinating.
Everyone who works out, they say, I could do better. I could have run the extra mile. I could have lifted the extra weight. That happens all the time. It's normal. You say, I'm going to do better tomorrow, or I'm going to do better next week, or whatever your regiment is. That's fine.
So we only see him with the sweater, so it's a bit harder to tell. But he doesn't look skinny. He looks like he's a bit puffy. He's not fit.
He's
not swole. He's swollen.
I think this is any stress in life, though. It could be just at the job, and you're like, oh, I could have done that extra line of code. I could have fixed the problem instead of gone home. That's like
Kavernacle's entire diet is live hornets.
Oh God!
I thought he insisted on those chocolate oranges. I mean, that explains so much. He still works out and just, he only eats chocolate oranges. It makes perfect sense.
No, if he still worked out, he'd be shaped better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we will get to his argument.
When you say you've always been fit, then first off, that is speaking in past tense. So you're not fit anymore, which obviously you look like. You're not fit. You would talk differently about this whole topic if you actually had really been working out ever. The way it sounds to me is that you're the kind of guy who went to a gym once, someone made a comment about you because you're the new guy, and that crushed you so hard in your little god persona that you ran home crying.
No, what happened is somebody made a comment about themselves. Kavernacle's so self-absorbed that he thought it was about him, and then he went home and fucking whacked himself to sleep while he cried.
Also possible.
All right. Anyway, on with the video.
I'm going to plug my social media and Patreon for about a minute. So
Oh God!
Just like the good socialist he is, plugging ways to give himself more capitalist money.
Thursday, pretty regularly, and I archive all that
No,
stuff.
it's interesting that these socialists have a problem about,
several dialects of English, notably Cockney,
people
Essex
making
dialect,
money, but they
Eskimo
gladly
English,
take it
some
from
West Country
any
and
source they
Yorkshire dialects,
can.
African American vernacular English, and Liberian English, as well as many non-native English speakers. I've only noticed.
What is he talking about?
From any source they can, except getting a goddamn job.
He is trying to say why he pronounces the word Thor as for.
No, that's not how it's pronounced. It's
so, what,
okay. Hold on. It's Thor. You have to put an extra kind of slight. I rolled the R a little too much, actually.
Yeah, the English doesn't roll the R in that way.
Yeah, so you have to roll yeah, it's not this what F? Where is there an F in Thor?
Can we just skip this part? This is pointless.
Yeah,
it's just You don't know. You don't need to explain why your language pronounces words differently. We know that English-speaking people are unable to pronounce Latin, for example.
All right. Hopefully, I skipped that part. We'll see when we hit play.
Mm-hmm.
Show Thor from the front view in the trailer, but there he is, and quite a big.
He looks stupid. Like, his arms should be twice. If Thor here was actually, like, beefy, his arms would be about, I'd say, a good 25 to 50% bigger than they are.
I think Abby's arms are bigger than that.
No, they're about this size, but she's actually got...
More muscular.
A tapered physique, yes. Her arms are definitely more toned.
I think he looks like Gragas from League of Legends.
Not as big, for sure, but yeah, the same idea.
It looks like Gimli let himself go.
Yes.
The leather pauldrons, they do look like Tolkien-esque, or at least the movie versions of Tolkien's dwarves. You're right, yeah.
Right, yeah, and I thought that was a little bit similar, and then, of course, him being a ginger. But,
well, at least they kept that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not black.
Like Andromeda?
Like Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, who's also black because his name is Black, which means he has to be black in the show, right?
That makes perfect sense.
But his name Black, so he gotta be black.
Yeah, there you go. Good idea.
Also, if I ever slip, should I ever slip? Because I tend to lately. What? I just wanted to say that in German you pronounce it as Tor.
I tore a ligament.
Yeah. Yes.
So
it's just a hard T.
I need to get off of stream memes because goddamn.
Anyway.
Bears, no spoilers in the stream memes.
All right, anyway.
Ken, you bastard, that is amazing, and I love you.
We gotta get back to the video. Here's White Knight Leo.
Spoilers.
Here's a super chat. Thank you, sir, for the 5. Been working out twice a week for 5 months. Sounds good. Fitness and muscularity are objectively good for your health, and everyone should improve theirs. Yes, sir. I don't care if you jog, lift weights, lower body, upper body. All of it's good.
It makes you live longer. It keeps you going when you're older, and most of all, it keeps blood pumping to your brain so that it can actually think.
That's a good
Mr.
point.
Kavernacle.
That's a very good point.
Don't do CrossFit. Do not do CrossFit.
Yeah, there's one thing. Yeah, here's an important bit about working out for your brain. The stuff what keeps your because we say that as you age your IQ drops slightly because your brain can't keep up. That's a natural thing to it, and people keep doing these mental exercises like forgot the name, Dr. Yoshi's brain training on the Game Boy. That is not and doing Sudokus every day. That is not gonna keep your intelligence up. That is keeping your skill in solving Sudokus up. What keeps your intelligence up into old age is working out, because your brain keeps getting fuel, keeps getting nutrients, keeps getting supplies, because your whole body is aimed at energy conservation. So, as you get older and your body notices, oh, there are these parts that are not really used, and we need to conserve some energy, let's just dismantle them. So your body starts dismantling your brain slowly, and that's how you get dumber. If you, however, use them and they get fuel all the time, your body has no need to dismantle your brain.
Yeah, so
keep working out.
What you do is you get the basic...
It's physical exercise that keeps you intelligent.
You start reading the basic works of Aristotle and, I don't know, maybe the encyclopedia on the other one, and then you start bench pressing it when you're done. You just sort of lay back, do some bench presses.
Also, Michael Lombardi in the chat pointed out something. Well, let's look at Thor here. He's got, got the pauldrons, got the gauntlets there. He's got... protection for his upper thighs, but his stomach and his chest are completely exposed. His big ass, fucking pasty white, protruding stomach is unprotected.
No, it is the protection.
From Kratos, a guy who wields 2 different incredibly sharp weapons.
You see, you're not getting it. He needs to show off his sweet tats, because what's the point of having them there if he's not going to show off?
You know what makes tattoos look better? Not being fat.
Yeah.
It's
natural.
shaming.
Look, Bears. This is he developed natural armor against blunt attacks. That's his airbag.
But the problem is he's going up against Kratos, who has an axe and 2 swords on chains.
What,
yeah, Thor is skilled.
Also,
Thor's skilled wrong. He has to reset his skill tree and has to reskill his character.
Also, can we just talk about Thor is gonna have to dodge around Kratos, who's got fucking 2 sharp blades attached to 15-foot-long chains. Thor's going to have to sprint towards him to close the gap between, the reach of the Blades of Chaos and the reach of Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a guy...
Let alone the boomerang axe that is the Leviathan axe.
Yeah, so...
Well, the gut is just going to absorb all of it.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking eat the fucking Blades of Chaos, yes.
Kratos instead.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking sit on Kratos and kill him, and that'll be the fucking end state.
It's like the Leviathan axe is just gonna bounce off that gut.
Boing.
I mean, then he can just come and sit on me. I mean, I'm not going to mind.
But you really think this version of Thor bathes? Come on now.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, this nigga's middle name is Famunda Cheese, right?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Here's Vladimir one more time. Thank you for the 5. Speaking of hard to pronounce things, apparently the T in tsunami isn't silent. Well, in Japanese...
It is not silent.
In Japanese words, they have consonants together like that quite a lot. So suki, tsunami, you do actually pronounce it, but it's said so quickly it's hard to say. So...
Yeah, what about pterodactyl, though?
So these...
Good old P-psychiatrists.
So with the... with the T in tsunami, it's much like... oh, crud. Now I'm trying to dig back into my linguistics background, and I'm embarrassing myself.
Sam Ullman. Baldur didn't have armor because he was immune to literally everything.
Yep.
Baldur and what?
Except for mistletoe. And guess what happened? As soon as he fucking punched fucking little Loki there with his mistletoe belt clasp, his immunity was gone. And then he fucking died.
Yep.
So yes, he did need armor eventually. And when he didn't have it, it was a detriment to him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely... Yeah, you at least knew he didn't celebrate Christmas for that reason.
Yes.
I'm a pagan. Wait a second.
Imagine fucking...
Hey, I thought isn't Christmas pagan?
Fucking Baldur praying to Jesus for some reason.
Yeah, well, this is I kind of like that they use the Baldur story with Frey really being this helicopter mom who goes to in the mythology. It's the way Frey did it was not to put a spell on Baldur. Rather, she went to every living creature, everything that exists, and asked, "Can you please never hurt my son?" So even when you cut, when a rock hits him, I don't think or when something with thorns. So she asked all, the roses, "Can your thorns please not hurt my son?"
Yeah, the
and
bitch,
so on. She did this with everything.
The bastard just regenerates like Clayface.
Like, Freya is the original helicopter mom, but also...
Exactly.
Yeah, of course he was able to take some damage. He's a fucking god. Like, the Kratos can take extra damage too, but eventually you had to get armor in the game to progress.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know anymore what it was in the mythology, where she just forgot the mistletoe.
Sam Ullman, the axe did shit all. No, the axe wore him down to the point where Kratos could get him in the fucking lock so he could break Baldur's neck.
Okay. Hey, here's Vladimir again. My problem is it looks like they changed the model for Thor from the last game. Was there a model for Thor in the last game?
Yes.
Really?
He appeared in the after credits scene, but you didn't see much of him. I don't remember much but the silhouette from behind.
Huh. If anyone can get a screen cap of Thor from the original God of War.
I have got it.
I'll get one real quick.
All right.
Oh,
I've
never mind.
All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
He's not like really, really fat or anything.
Yes, he
Yes, he
is,
is.
Kavernacle!
Larger.
What do you call this giant gut on the man? What is that?
Do your fucking eyes work, Kavernacle?
If he thinks
Call
this
that
is
a
not
buttload
fat,
of visceral fat.
how big is Kavernacle? I want to know how big Kavernacle. If he thinks this is not fat,
Remember, Kavernacle
Kavernacle has
is
never
healthy.
seen real humans, and
This
he's
is-
not watching TV,
this is like-
and he's never seen porn either.
this is like 4 months pregnant or something. Like, what is he talking about?
No, this is fourth trimester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like baby way overdue.
Yeah.
All right.
Than Hemsworth, and he's probably a bit skinnier, or at least less visibly bloated as the fat version.
Wait a second. You're trying to tell me Chris Hemsworth
He's
is less
less
visibly
visibly
bloated?
This version of Thor is less visibly bloated.
What a bizarre way
That's-
of comparing the two. You see this big man who has like weight problems? Well, Chris Hemsworth isn't as less visibly bloated as this guy is. What the hell? How do you even make that description work? Why did you compare to Chris Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth is ripped. He's got a physique. He works out. He looks
Yeah,
good.
even when he's fat, he still has muscle.
This is what a strange. Let's say this is the standard. Standard men are fat. Okay, everyone else who's not fat is
that's
less.
the problem. That is the problem with Western society right now. It is the fact that fat is common.
Mm-hmm.
But remember,
Socialists
if,
want to like Kavernacle. They want all the bad things to be normalized, being out of shape, not striving for anything, being courageous, wanting to raise children, whether you're a man or woman, but especially if you're a woman, raising children is bad, and more, and way more, and everything the socialists want, all the ideas they put forth, make a society weaker and horrible and unbearable to be in.
All right. So
Everything he puts forth, everything he says is upside down.
okay, so here is the original model from the first game of Thor. He's got his hammer. He's got cloak on. He looks pretty good. He's got armor. He's got some gauntlets or some armbands.
He looks like he's built like Eddie Hall or half Thor Bjornsson.
He's a big guy. That's exactly what you'd want a god to be, especially if you're wielding a weapon like a hammer, because it's not like a sword or a flail or anything like that. It's a big freaking piece of metal. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
So from that screenshot to the concept art here, he would have had to gain weight a lot.
Do we know how much time has passed from?
Like let's just fucking think about this. The post-credits scene, Thor just walks up, looks at Kratos, unfurls his cape to show off Mjolnir. He says nothing. He fucks off, and then he eats all of the food in all the 9 realms, and then he comes back to fight Kratos.
Well, what's the time gap between the first game and
Sounds
the
like a
last game?
plan.
Do we know? Anyone? What
I
that
don't
skip is, or is it just like the day later? Because it looks like his son, is it Atreus or Atreyu? Is he like reasonably older? He looks like at least a year older, I'd say.
Yeah, there is a time skip in the during the end scenes, the end videos, where Kratos and his son go to sleep, and apparently they sleep quite long.
Oh right, yeah.
And that's the time skip of a year or two or something, and then Thor shows up.
Berserk 850 said Thor did the movie Bob challenge.
Probably.
Well,
yeah.
this is the problem with Cavernacle's
Or the
opinion.
Nikocado avocado.
Is when you have people like
God.
Movie Bob say, "Oh, this is an average meal." You're
No,
like,
he said it was a small portion of food, Smud.
Oh, God.
It wasn't even average. Just fucking Movie Bob said fucking 4 cheeseburgers, fucking 20 McNuggets, and 4 large orders of fries and 4 large sodas is a small portion of food.
yeah.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That like makes me physically ill thinking
So,
about
to have-
that
Yes.
much fast
To
food.
have Cavernacle say, "Oh, he's not as," I wrote it down. It's such a dumb thing to say. He's less visibly bloated. It's like, what the fuck? I have less
Right.
scars on my face. I have less large
Dude, that-
wounds on my face.
Sure. Yes, sure.
Listen to what he said. By this, he admits that this Thor is bloated.
Yes. Which is what
And-
every warrior strives to be when they're heading out into battle against a guy known for flipping all over the place with chain whips on his arms.
Anyway.
Exactly.
You need to be bloated. You need to be bloated and slow when you're fighting that guy.
Here's Vladimir
Like, you're
Dragunov
fucking-
one more time. This definitely isn't a case of a strong man with a muscle gut. That looks like a creepy neckbeard who plays a big-titted half-orc in D&D. Oh.
Yes.
Possibly.
Well, we can't fault them for that. That's totally normal. I mean, it's-
There's another detail here.
Absolutely can't.
In the end scene of the last game, Thor has a well-groomed beard. This thing here is just it's longer and it looks like shit.
It
This
looks
fall
like he
just looks like a
messily
hole.
braided it, and it looks like there are layers to the beard that are messily cut. So
Yeah, this
he
is
just
hobo
looks
Thor.
slovenly. Yeah, this is hobo Thor, Norse
It looks like he
hobo
tried to-
Thor.
It looked like he tried to cut his beard with Mjolnir.
all right. Well, here's,
Smud, if you could throw that picture I just DM'd you up. If they wanted Thor to look like an actual strong man with something of a gut, he would look like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's Eddie Hall, by the way.
all right. See, that is a big strong man. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's still not a warrior physique, but it is at least a strong man physique.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still don't wanna go up against him in battle.
Okay.
No.
Oh, one more donation.
When he shows up in
Depends
battle,
on
he
the
gets
type
he
of
gets a
battle.
morale bonus.
One more donation. Let's keep going. Francis Borcoppola, Kavernacle saying this Thor isn't all that fat, has the same energy as Renegade Cuck saying Satan in the Old Testament wasn't called Satan when the word Satan was in his name. That's another problem.
Good old Ha Satan.
Yeah, that
I was thinking all day about what was Renegade Cut even trying to tell us, and I think it was, oh look at the Christians being outraged at a depiction of the devil that is actually not the devil they believe in. Haha, the Christians are so dumb. I know their religion better than them.
Yeah, but he's
I
talking
think that's
about
what
the
that
Jews,
was.
though. That was the Jews reading of whatever. It was Ezekiel.
That's still.
He used
That's still the
such
same. But the Old
cherry-picked
Testament,
references.
there is no Christianity without the Old Testament. So
Yeah, it's that was the oh jeez, that I hated that video so much. Just sitting there listening to religious crap from a guy who doesn't believe in this shit, and you're like, oh my god. Anyway, 5 minutes in, I forgot what he was saying because we totally went off topic, but that's okay.
Like, yeah, Sam Ullman, like, we're talking about judgments of the game. Like, we're making an issue out of it. Yeah, that's because Kavernacle is making an issue out of it. That's why we're covering it.
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
this is, like, Thor being fat is an annoyance. But here, Kavernacle is making half an hour of people describing how they're annoyed with his look, Thor's look. These people, like, when I say I'm annoyed with Thor's look, that took me like 1 second and no effort. It takes only slightly more effort to go onto Twitter and say I don't like the way Thor looks. Enter.
Yeah, and what they're doing, and what they keep doing is constant insults to European cultures. And this is what this God of War game is doing. In previous God of War games, in all of them, the depictions of the respective gods made sense. They fit the characters, whether they were assholes, whether they were good guys, whether they had gods always have extreme manifestations of 2 or 3 concepts, and that fits. So, but this here, this is not Thor. This is an insult to Thor. Or the idea of Thor, the god,
but
just like the Andromeda thing.
That could be the point. Just like an Endgame, they wanted to show a broken down man, and that's fine. The thing is, we don't know the context, and if all we have is visuals, then we go, that doesn't look right. It's that simple, and it's not some hatred towards men or body image. It's just that doesn't look right to us because we have so many references. So
I'm telling you, they put out this pic because if it was just if there is a good story behind this, players will accept that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if there is but they're just throwing this art piece at us and letting us speculate. And without any context. They know this is gonna stir up people.
Yeah,
because they know this is going to get publicity going, and they think that any publicity is good publicity, which is complete nonsense. Depends very much on the topic and the context you're in. In politics, it's a different story.
And
you want to sell a product.
You can do this,
and you're telling me I don't want to buy this.
You can do this with simple characterization without even using dialogue. You could show. Remember Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. She's in her room. She's doing pull-ups, and then she imagines she's asleep with that guy licks her or whatever. Like that. Like she knows what she's doing. She's focused. She's getting ready for a war. If we show Abby from Last of Us 2 and we see her doing pull-ups and she's like really like going at it, like oh my god, she really works out. That speaks volumes in comparison to showing me her workout schedule or she eats food. It's like that doesn't help me. That makes it worse. Make it visual.
You don't get it. She ate a burrito. That means she's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's characterization. There's ways to do it, and there's so many forms of storytelling that make it work in a faster, more efficient way. And when all you have is visuals, that's what we work with. So okay, great.
The SJW way of telling stories is always tell not show instead of show not don't tell.
I know we can go back to the original depictions or words of the literary versions of Thor, and we know he has red hair, he eats 2 oxes, and he falls asleep easily, and he drinks lots and lots of beer. And you're like, if that's it, then yeah, this is great. This is a great rendition. I don't have to think about that. But we have him in the game from a few years ago that looks a certain way. What happened?
Also, in the original lore, Thor is fighting snakes the size of an entire planet, and fucking entire frost giant armies by himself. He is expending a lot of energy all the time. Of course, he eats a lot. He needs to because he's fighting all the time.
All right. Anyway. I think I missed a super chat. Oh, sorry about that. Vladimir and then Tyler. Thank you, Vladimir. Just add a fedora, and you got a paint-by-numbers neckbeard.
Yep.
I don't know. I think a neckbeard would at least wear a T-shirt, but that's okay. Tyler Preston?
Smud. Neckbeards wear T-shirts that only cover half their fucking gut.
Oh, God. Okay.
Like the fucking flabby ass belly buttons with the fucking spindly hair.
I don't know these people, but
them are gonna be...
you say so. Tyler Preston.
I've had to go and buy Warhammer books. I've seen these people.
Okay, fine, fair.
Yeah,
Tyler
in
Preston.
the shop lately.
I can reassure you, as a guy from a family of heavy people, God of War's version of Thor is completely fat. Scott Steiner
Yes.
can confirm this. Also, they made Andromeda, the mother of monsters, into a black woman. Oh, fun. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's no African.
the mother of monsters who has no husband and a bunch of illegitimate children.
Oh, joy.
They turned her into a black woman because of diversity.
Oh, fun. Yes.
Oh, bad optics there.
Interesting choice.
Maybe they should have gone Asian. That would have been fun.
When you're accidentally based.
All right.
So, something tells me that when they introduce Hela in this, she's just going to be some fat chick with red dyed hair and a ton of piercings and all tatted up and everything.
Either
Just
that
to
or
keep
cats.
Either that or she's gonna look like Abby with the fucking whole half of her head shaved off.
Shut up.
Oh, God. Not that haircut. Oh, God. Anyway,
If that actually happens, I swear to God.
5 minutes in. Let's
fucking-
go.
The fucking mange haircut.
We're not dead yet.
Endgame. So already on the Instagram, the comments came in. I definitely don't like the design of Thor, and the others, I love it. I don't like Thor's design at all. Someone on Twitter, Chaotiki Blade, saying, "Wait, so this is actually confirmed to be the official model of Thor in God of War Ragnarok? LMFAO, I thought this was a meme. It's like the artist didn't know who Thor was, so he googled it, and the first result was Fat Thor from Avengers Endgame."
That's a fair
Possible.
Like all of these people, like I said earlier, all these people did this in maybe a minute, and then they went on with their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me remind you all that
Yeah. And all these people now know, even if they played the last game, even if they liked the last game, probably not gonna buy it. Because this is ridiculous.
You know, one of these days, Giga Man's gonna be able to complete a sentence.
Yeah, man, it's like, let me remind you all that Ragnarok was already in development like a year or so before Endgame even was announced. They completed the original, and when they knew it was going to be a success, they pretty much greenlit Ragnarok right off the bat, especially with the way they planned shit, with the ending and everything. And so I'm just like, I look at people that compare it to Endgame Thor, I'm just like, you're fucking dumb. That's not how game development works.
All right.
Especially this.
It was their own
if
shitty
they after
idea
the
to
fact
make Thor fat.
Yeah, if they've just after the fact changed one model for this stupid joke or agenda or whatever it is that made this, that's not that much extra work.
All right. Let's go.
For design, and it really works for me. I haven't actually disliked any of the designs so far. Each to their own. To me, he looks too much like a drunk fat guy one would see at a pub and not a god. And I hate the strongman comparison because most strongman competitors are in far better shape than God of War's Thor.
Okay, so this is a pretty reasonable. He's just saying, hey, whatever, not my cup of tea, and here's why. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Then he went on with his life.
And then we're talking about the comparison of strongmen. That picture of Eddie Hall I showed you was from years ago, before he lost 70 pounds, because he felt that he was unhealthy at that weight, in spite of being a strong man.
Well, if you go too far with being a strongman, you will die of a heart attack.
Yes. And the extra weight that some strongmen tend to get doesn't help with that.
Yeah, even Beyonce.
Actually, I
because the
remember-
blood, the heart isn't strong enough to pump enough blood through that body.
Yes, and actually, I remember another YouTuber talking about this. He's a fitness channel. If anyone's ever... Yes, Every Damn Day Fitness. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I fucking love him.
Yeah, boy.
So he talked about how he had bulked up and gained all of this muscle mass, but then he started having circulation and heart problems. And so he had to, slim down, and he's feeling so much better than he has ever felt because
he
he
looks
still
better,
maintained. Oh, he looks fantastic, especially for his age too. I love that angry bald man. Hey, ladies out there, get yourself an angry bald man. You will be happy.
I'm single if you want to know.
All right. Keep on going.
Someone else, why you think a literal god needs to be strong fat? Please take into consideration why a human would need to be strong fat. I'd also like to point out that nowhere in Germanic myth does it state Thor was considered fat or chubby. The two places it states he had a huge appetite was the Lay of Thrym or the Tale of Utgarda Loki. Neither of them state that. Why does Thor in the new God of War game look like a Discord admin? Why is he fat? It's funny, but I have to ask why. Thor kind of fat though. You've
Hey,
got some serious
I
perspective
resemble
issues
that
if you think
remark.
a huge appetite on a warrior means he's a tub of lard. Do you have any idea how important stamina and cardiovascular health is to actually sustain combat? How many calories does it take to stay big while doing cardio? I refer it and Thor looks like an actual god. Now, my
I will give Kavernacle that he is showing actual sensible arguments here of the other side. But that much I will give him.
But no.
He will just dismiss them all easily.
They're ridiculous, though.
Yeah, I know. He will just dismiss them with a hand wave. But at least he's showing them.
favorite Kotaku in action had a very
Of course
very
he likes
long
a subreddit
post
about Kotaku.
Why
Fuck off.
Thor being larger was ridiculous. So I just wanted to read some of it. It's quite funny.
Oh, no. Kotaku in action is the Gamergate subreddit.
Yeah.
The act.
Okay.
So why trying to justify it with realism is stupid? Some idiots have tried to push the realism angle, claiming, well, Thor would be fat because of his eating and drinking. Next is, well, Thor is strong. Well, yes, that doesn't mean fat. It just means built. Yes, people can be fat and strong, but also you can be well built. I doubt anyone would say Sam in Game of Thrones is the same as the Mountain, and that shows the kind of difference and issue at play here with the argument. The look for Thor that's been shown so far looks more like Sam. Thor is also meant to be part giant, so yeah, big dude who will likely require a fair bit of energy to sustain his fighting. Oh yeah, and almost forgot, Thor is a god who can fly using a magic hammer and command lightning, so yeah, not exactly confined to even the physics of our reality, let alone the biology of it. Oh, and no, Thor drinking part of the ocean wouldn't be evidence of him being fat either, just evidence he doesn't obey the biological laws of our reality either, because otherwise he'd have to take several pee breaks with the amount of fluid going into him. Why I find attempts to justify Thor themselves stupid. This is what baffles me. There really isn't some need to do so. The creators want to do it, so they did. There's a justification, but hey.
What's the justification?
Kavernacle, are you still reading a comment, or are these your words? Because you make absolutely no pause, and you speak in the exact same brain-dead tone, emotionally dead tone. Like, are you speaking yourself right now, or are you still reading something that you're not showing? I'm confused.
I think he is reading his own words.
Yeah, but you can't just without a pause, without punctuation, go on from reading a quote to your own words that may or may not be be a counter to the words you just read. Dude, so you don't understand how communication works.
The problem here is the argument they're combining the mythos of Thor from the original text, and then they're just talking about, well, Thor wouldn't do this or this wouldn't work because he breaks these rules. It's like, well, okay, we have the depiction of him in God of War. He's right there. How do you go from that to this? That's it. That's all you have to explain. And if they don't do that, then we have to assume he just ate a lot of food, and we don't know why. It's weird that
Also, time passes differently depending on which realm you're in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Who's to say that in 3 years in Midgard, who's to say a lot more hasn't passed in Asgard?
Yeah, and we have to just show why that was, so that either Thor was out of commission and he got depressed and he started eating and drinking. Okay, great. That's part of the story. I have no problem with that. But then he doesn't break any rules of biology and absorption of nutrients and storage of fats. He's pretty much like everyone else, regardless of his lightning
said that
powers.
his sons are dead.
Yeah.
This is fiction. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Anyway.
SJW for metaphorically, so I guess that won't do, and they have to keep finding some stupid other justifications other people wanted. Hell, you could go with the justification of, well, this is a different interpretation of mythology. I mean, perfectly fine, people make different versions of things all the time, but that relies on, again, artist visions, which SJW types hate. Hell, even well, I like his look, okay, sure, you don't need some additional justification, but it's almost offensively stupid to try and present stupid arguments based on realism or historical, mythological records to try and justify things when if SJW types pushing this were being honest. Some of it would just be contrarianism, and some of it would be ooh-woo.
Dude, learn to read aloud.
What did he say?
You're unbearable to listen to.
Hold on.
It's impossible. If you just kept the text on the screen without reading it in silence, it would be easier to comprehend. The way you read is like some third grader who's just going through the words without pause, without pacing, without pause, without tone, without tonal shifts. It's just. I think I'm really getting the impression you're not a human being.
Imagine
You're just some
Yes,
alien
exactly.
pretending to be human, and you kind of forgot you didn't get to the talk where they explain to you how this whole emotion thing works.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be. I thought you were gonna say that he's the Boston Dynamics project that everyone wants to be forgotten.
You mean he's the failed version of the Zuckerbot?
Yes.
What?
The
The
Zuckerbot.
Zuckerbot?
Yeah, Zuckerbot. Yeah.
Mark Zuckerbot.
Oh my.
Yeah. No, Mark Zuckerberg's a lizard, not a robot.
Oh yeah, the lizard folk. That's right. Don't they live beneath the Earth's surface or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, you mean Kavernacle is a clockwork elf?
Why do you think Mark Zuckerberg bought that island? It's because it's got direct fucking link to his underground home.
I was gonna say Spider Island, but
And he can just sunbathe out on his private island, right? Absorb all of the heat, since he can't regulate his temperature. Makes sense.
On his special rock.
This fucking Mark Zuckerberg standing like a chameleon on a rock, licking his own eyeballs.
What has this become?
All right. Anyway,
if I may for a moment, for the sake of going back to the video, it's
Oh my god.
like to go back for a moment. I was gonna hold back on saying this until it came up again, but screw it. It's like this kind of like a change of a character from one game to another is honestly nothing new for God of War. Need I remind you, in God of War 1, 16 years ago, Zeus was more than willing to help you out against Ares. He didn't give a fuck that you kill his son. And at that time, we didn't know Kratos was his son too. But anyway, and then in God of War 2, they made him a complete fucking asshole against Kratos, and they had to like retcon that in 3 by saying that when you open Pandora's box in God of War 1, you release all the essence of fear into the world, and that's why Zeus became such an asshole between games. So it's kind of immediate like change is nothing new for God of War.
Yeah, but visually,
Well, you could still say that Zeus had a vested interest in getting rid of Ares because he was overstepping his line.
Yeah, I mean
that is true.
And the Greek gods are opportunistic, utilitarian, selfish assholes. Almost all of them.
That's true.
At least visually, Zeus went from looking like an old man on those foot when you got the fucking bolt of lightning Zeus ability. Went from looking like Santa to looking like fucking Zeus in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I imagine Zeus would look like. This fucking fat ass is not how I imagine Thor to look like.
okay.
It's accurate.
Here is Boston Massive Two Shits. The Vikings have a word for people like Kavernacle. It's called Rasragger. He is getting defensive over Thor. I don't know.
Rasragger.
He's getting defensive with Thor because new Thor's fat ass reminds Cav of Vosh Senpai. We need to bring back body shaming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Body shaming's fine.
Let's not try and guess the motivations of these people. They're too bizarre for us mere mortals.
Implying
What, Santa Monica?
Implying Kavernacle is motivated to do anything.
Money, I hope.
At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about whether he's fat or muscular. I just hope it's well written for the sake of the story they're gonna tell.
I'm just not gonna play the game. It's just on a console. Sony can go fuck itself.
Yeah, problem with that hope is that we've had that hope quite often in the past 10 years, and it's got more and more consistently just been quite empty.
I mean, I don't know.
That's why I think it's justified to just shit on this and say, I'm giving this a pass. I'm passing on this because everything that has all these social justice red flags is gonna be written like shit. So why should I bother with it? If it turns out,
two characters now.
Yeah, but if it turns out it's actually well written, then the few people who do buy it, and there will be let's plays of it anyway, and it turns out it's well written after all, and yeah, then people will go back to it. But the initial reaction here, under current culture war circumstances, is I'm gonna save my money and I'm gonna do something else with it.
What, because of two fucking characters we know nothing about?
No, because Sony can go fuck itself.
Well, that's Sony. Santa Monica is its own beast altogether.
Yeah, but they're fucking exclusive to a Sony platform, so...
It's probably going to PC with the rumors that are going on recently.
And yes, we unpronounceable name in the chat. SJW bad, because socialists are mass murderers of history. You're the worst tyrants we've had in the past century. Thank you very much.
At the very least, if these games come to PC, there's the entire like PC master race is going to rip into the game, rip a new one to the game at least, if the rumors are true.
I would much prefer a port of the other God of War games.
The other one, the old ones, yeah. I don't know why the hell they're not doing that.
The old games have better gameplay and the story was just better.
So the next
until 3,
the next 30 seconds, he's still talking about these things. He's going to jump into larger men in reality, which I don't care about because we know there's larger men in reality which are strong and they're the Olympics and this and that.
No, Smud. Larger men jump into Kavernacle. Let's not get it twisted.
No, I want larger men to jump into me. I'm jealous of Kavernacle then.
If only they bathe.
Anyway.
Only if they bathe, yes.
Let's keep going. And yes, bathing is good.
Daddy Thor. One of the oldest known depictions of Thor is an ancient bronze statue. So yeah, most of this is SJWs passing around the same claims with nothing really to back it up, other than, well, in the stories it says he eats heartily and drinks a lot. Fat Thor is woke trash in God of War and being.
You skipped about something.
Thor looks like a drunken dwarf.
This. Wow. This is the big joke here because he leaves out. Is this the one? You need to back it up. Well, in the stories it says something. So, and what Kavernacle leaves out starts with leaving out the fact he's meant to be like part giant and his favorite blah 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 blah. So Kavernacle directly omits the part that disproves him. That starts with the words leaving out. This is amazing. This is amazing how what's the word? Dreist. How brash he is in his manipulative fuckery. Like it's right there on the screen. Fucking hell.
So is SJWs passing around the same claims with nothing really to back it up, other than, well, in the stories it says he eats heartily and drinks a lot. Fat Thor is woke trash in God of War and being fat is unhealthy. Thor looks like a drunken dwarf. They mess up the design and it needs to change. So a lot of people very mad about that. Pretty much all men. And
how do you know?
I'd love to see how a lot of these guys actually
I was going to say, yeah.
You didn't ask me.
Because they're all the men's are
didn't
on the
ask
Twitters
me.
and the Snapchats and the other social medias.
But once again,
like
men are fucking don't like Abby, right? And that's sexist. But then here's a depiction of a man that these same men don't like. So it's not sexist for them to not like Abby.
Apparently Wisp and I don't get a say in any of this because, it's only about the men. Why are you guys being so sexist? Only asking the men what they think about that Thor.
Yeah, Kavernacle is a fucking tyrant and sexist because he demands to have the authority. He demands to have the authority of knowing what we are supposed to and be allowed to think and feel. He thinks he is entitled to dictate us our opinions.
Right. We have to, apparently, he's the arbiter of women's thoughts and feelings because, he's so in tune and sensitive. He knows exactly what wavelength we're on. So he can just speak for us. He is
pretty effeminate, I agree.
Kavernacle, you do not even know what normal women look like, and you claim to think to know what they think.
Yeah, get your eyes checked.
Disgusting.
Anyway, we're going to start watching some pictures of, or I guess, men working out and lifting weights. Let's see what they look like.
How out is Thor looks the way he does in the new God of War. I also love the justification these guys said. If Santa Monica came out and said, we just like the design, there's no justification here, they haven't even really said anything about it, then they would accept that. Because they didn't accept that with Abby in The Last of Us 2, a game that actually...
Abby in The Last of Us 2 is set in a lot more of a realistic world than Thor fighting a Greek god, right? And the
Thor is magic, fantasy, hyper mythology.
But remember, we have to have realistic body type expectations for our fantasy characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our realistic characters, they don't need to look realistic.
No.
No, they can look disproportionate as hell. Look at Steven Universe, right? Aren't those supposed to be realistic?
Let's cut the cartoon bullshit aside. But it's as I said, it's everything completely on its head. Everything is upside down. The characters in a realistic world, like The Last of Us, they do not follow any realistic laws of physics and biology. We have to accept that. In magic fantasy world, however, we are supposed to accept things that the characters suddenly have to look realistic by these horrible. Oh God, it's getting too late. These horrible people with all of the insecurity issues, where all the fat men have to be accepted and the super muscular women have to be accepted. It's everything. Essentially, all the wrong depictions have to be accepted, and all the fitting depictions have to be rejected. That's the basic rule of all of this.
All right.
Ah, yeah, Mr. Chapman, we talked about the realistic zombies argument for your magic excuses. Abby, the humans in The Last of Us work by normal rules of physics and biology. They don't have any magic properties that Abby would need to look like that. To go beyond the limits of female physique, even if she had the food. The zombies are the only supernatural, quasi-supernatural element. You are retarded.
And even then, the zombies in The Last of Us 2 are taking a thing that actually exists, and the only thing that they did that made it fantastical was make the cordyceps work on human beings.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only change.
Yeah, but we are at the same time supposed to believe that in a world that otherwise, except from the zombies, works completely like ours, a girl that barely has access to food, isn't working out in any meaningful way, has no access to steroids, turns up looking bigger than the Hulk.
They can take 100 bullets.
Fuck off.
You fucking moron! That is a gameplay feature. That is not part of the story. Do you know how to separate gameplay elements from story elements?
Guess not.
Okay. Anyway,
God damn.
let's continue. We might skip this next part just because it's going to be pointless, but
Good.
We'll see.
Like, yes, absolutely. Let's skip to the part where Kavernacle cries about how fat he is.
Let's do that later. Don't worry.
That's what I
Really?
came for. The salty tears. I need my sodium intake. Please satiate me, uwu Kavernacle daddy.
I'll say this right now.
Never say that again.
Oh, yeah. That was...
Yeah, I'll say right now, I'm not bothered by Fat Thor. Let me just get out of that way.
Yeah, I
Not even because of Marvel or any like woke shit. It's like it's a fantasy setting.
yeah,
They can do whatever.
I have
Well,
no
if
problem with
they
it
have a
either.
good story for it, all right. But,
Aside
so
from-
far it's just look here, be outraged
Yeah,
because how we fuck with your lore.
That's pretty much all it is, because we have the existing depiction. I think that's the most important argument, because he was already shown to be in the game prior. And once you have that, you have to then, your brain goes, oh, I know this. This looks different. Why? Time skip, depression, give a reason. Then it's fine.
Ego, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess maybe they told the artisans to just make the statue not fat out of ego or something.
Yeah, there's all kinds of dumb reasons. But we don't know what the reason is yet. And if there is no reason, then we have to default to, they just wanted to do it for the hell of it.
At least for Thor, I have my faith that Santa Monica will make it work. I mean, hell, they made the first game work. That one has almost no connection to anything else in the series. And that one was good.
Yeah, well.
So I'm just gonna wait and see.
Okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
Is out of its way to explain and contextualize why she is bigger than the other, I guess, female soldiers in the game, and it
These
also kind
timestamps
of shows
suck.
contextually with her revenge narrative why she might actually want to be big to take on a certain person.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yes,
revenge...
okay. Hold on. No.
The drive is fine.
Everybody, shut up. Abby spent years eating burritos and working out, right? She spent all this time. Like, she did all this shit, lifting heavy shit, eating like 4 other people's rations to get bulky and huge and shit, fucking finding the pristine, untouched, like hermetically sealed steroid injections that she jammed into her ass to get that extra bulk on, right? And she did all of that just to shoot a guy in the kneecaps and hit him in the head with a stick.
Mm-hmm. Bess, what is the expiration date on steroids?
What? That's all she did. Yeah, of course. Okay, she didn't fight him to the... I just wanted to... She didn't get that big and then, like, okay, I'm gonna beat you to death with my bare fists. No, she shot him in the knee and then hit him in the head repeatedly with a stick when he couldn't defend himself. There was no point to Abby getting that big. You fucking retard.
That is the textbook definition of coward.
Yep.
Okay.
Who is capable and has pretty much ruined her life. Now, thankfully, there was a massive response on Twitter of women, especially. I saw saying
Mind
they
you,
love the design, and this guy
Abby, she was
is
asking for it
and sexy and everything like that. Lots of men saying it's very cool to have sort of this bigger representation.
Okay, so some people, some men like it, and then some other men don't like it. Welcome to the fucking world, Kavernacle. People like different things. Did you know that before today?
Oh, and for the female voices, he mentions only like it. No female voices ever disliked it. He just lumped them in with the men.
Even though the Reddit post, which is very famous by now, was written by a female bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Could it be that you're just lying out of your ass?
The actual one person who would know how this works for women. She's like, yeah, every woman's different, but this is pretty impossible. So.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. I don't know.
Especially under the circumstances of post-apocalypse, we don't have resources.
I don't think he watches his own videos, because he put timestamps for 8:52, and he's still talking about Last of Us 2. He's not even going into other men who are strong, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I don't think he knows anything he's talking about. He's just going by the standard propaganda points.
Of course not. Wispy's a
think
communist.
he's
If he knew anything, he wouldn't be one.
True.
Alright,
He's just rambling at this point. It's okay.
Okay.
Tabernacle, I'm getting on your level with my drinks.
I'm going to get one more minute. If we're not seeing some strongmen lift stuff, I'm going to skip to the end.
Like,
Character,
I just want to
or
point out.
any character.
I just want to point out, Sheep in the Box was more coherent with his insane ramblings about fitness than Kavernacle is.
What did he say? I don't even remember.
Oh, he had this whole fucking video about how, like, fucking weight standards for fat women are so fucking... We did a whole sloppy seconds on it. Right? It was all about fat women and how... Like, okay, these beauty standards are so fucking bad because people are all shaped differently. That means it's okay for you to be 5'0" and 450 pounds.
That's not a shape issue. That's a you eat too much and you don't move enough issue. It's nothing to do with natural shape, because that is not a natural shape.
Yeah.
I blame capitalism.
No, remember, all bodies are good bodies.
No.
No.
Ricky Berwick's body is not a good body.
No.
All right.
Yes, you're just shaming.
Yes.
It
Yes,
needs to
I
be the
am!
same with chiseled 8-packs and massive biceps and being in very, I guess, physically fit condition. But people
You
also
guess?
making the point that, yes, the strongest people in the world often look like this, probably like a bit more muscly. But if you see props...
Are you fucking retarded?
A guy playing rugby
Are you fucking retarded?
is a strong man. Okay. I mean, he's not
This
weak.
guy, this dude, Kavernacle thinks this dude and Ragnarok Thor look the same.
Oh, yeah, they're identical. I mean, they're both white men. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, you know.
This guy still has more muscle than Thor.
Yes.
Look at his neck. Holy
Like,
shit.
I'm assuming this guy is like the rugby version of like a middle linebacker in American football. Like, of course those guys have guts on them. They are their entire fucking purpose is to fucking launch their bulk at another guy who is as bulky as they are.
Hence the term gut check.
Yes.
That's literally the whole point.
I don't understand this comparison, but fine. Let's keep going.
In
I don't think
rugby
Kavernacle
union,
does either.
They have big bellies as well. If you see
More
like
rugby.
Eddie Hall, who has...
All of these guys are
muscles.
smaller than Ragnarok Thor!
Yeah, they have a little bit of a gut, but not much of one. It's not like... It's like... I mean,
And
there's
still more
absolutely
muscle.
no comparison between,
no
you know, a
more.
guy with a little bit of chub compared to, you know, a fourth trimester pregnant belly Thor.
Compared to Wathor, Wario Thor.
Wario.
Like, that's literally, well, from my experience, that's literally the first thing I thought of, Wario.
Thor's gonna grab Kratos and shake all the coins out of him.
He's pretty much the Wario to Kratos' Mario. Come on.
Okay.
been the strongest in the world at different times. He has this big belly.
Uh-huh.
No, not the same. That is not the same belly. That is not the same type of belly.
That is Eddie Hall.
Muscular, too.
That is Eddie Hall. Okay, let's take a look at this picture and the picture I posted after Eddie Hall lost some weight. And then let's take a look at Eddie Hall now after he's lost even more weight. Eddie Hall himself admitted that he was unhealthy at this size.
How much weight did he actually lose, though?
I don't know British, but they said like 50 stone. I don't know how much that is in like regular.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Hold on, let me Google.
This stone is like, is about 8 kilograms or something?
I think it's 8 pounds. Hold on.
14
It
pounds.
would be 4.
1 stone is 14 pounds.
Wow. Okay, so 7 kilograms.
50 stone would be 70 or 700 pounds. So that can't be quite right.
I heard that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wait,
700?
It must have been 5. Okay, so it was 5 stone then. I added a
Okay,
0,
5
71.
stone. Okay, that makes sense. I've got the
Okay.
conversion
So, yeah,
calculator
70.
out here.
So this thing here says 13 stone is 82 kilograms.
Or 70 pounds.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
All right.
This is Eddie Hall mid-weight loss.
Well, yeah, like halfway, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
As well, when you're putting on so much mass to be really strong, that's often where it goes, and you just can't do anything about that.
Yes, you can. What are you talking
Yeah, but
about?
the fat
But Eddie
Thor
Hall
in
did-
Ragnarok is not. He does not look like that. He just looks like a fat beer belly with no shape. Eddie Hall's belly has shape. He has pecs. Fat Thor does not have pecs at all. It's just all flat and fat.
There you go, Smud, if you want to show the comparison between the version of Eddie Hall that was in the past that Kavernacle showed and what Eddie Hall looks like right now.
Oh my god.
The one on the right is he currently?
Yes, the one on the right
That
is
looks-
what Eddie Hall looks like right
That
now.
looks so much better.
Yeah. And he
He
feels
is
better.
such a... I believe it. It's such a dramatic change. Good for him.
Yeah.
And guess what? He hasn't lost his strength.
Interesting.
All right. Keep on going.
And Thor in that picture isn't really like a really fat guy or anything. He just has a bit of a belly.
Yes,
A bit.
that is what it means to be fat. When you are fat, you have a big belly.
I'm telling you, this alien does not know how humans work. That's why he's trying to brainwash us with his weird theories about humans.
What is he? What do words mean anymore?
He is a failed alien anthropologist.
This is amazing.
He's a fucking anthropologist that got straight D's in college.
Like, imagine he was talking to someone like on the street or whatever, and they're just like having a normal conversation. He's like saying all these things. Like, what do you mean? You have a bit of a belly? That means you're fat. That's exactly what it means.
That's not a bit.
Like,
That's not a bit.
I just want to see Kavernacle go to Movie Bob and say, "Oh, you just got a bit of a belly."
Let me help you with your hamburger. Hamburgers, plural.
From McDonald's.
Or your marinated Mountain Dew chickens.
Yeah. This Thor looks more like Movie Bob than.
Yes, you heard that right.
Anyway. This is getting sad.
A lot of people who do have body types like that saying they really appreciate it as well, because now they have like this cool character in a video game.
Who's fat? Are you... what? Wait a second. I'm a fat slob. Hey, there's Thor. He's also a fat slob. I feel better about my being a fat slob. Are you serious? What kind of weird association? I wish there were more fat slobs in TV. That would make me feel better. Like, why?
Hey, it makes me feel better about my own body.
Why would that make you feel better, though? It's like everyone else looks like a fat slob. It's like...
Because
I look
this
great.
is-
we're all
because it's
lazy bastards.
Narcissistic envy. It's narcissistic envy. He can only feel better about himself if everybody else is looking worse than him.
I can't...
Just like jealous women who hate women who look prettier than them.
Everyone
They
else...
only feel good when all the other women look worse than they.
Everyone else is taking the easy way out. Yeah, that's great. That feels great. Everyone's lazy. Everyone looks like crap. Like, what? I've never heard this argument. If only everyone's
It
failed.
raises my self-esteem. It makes me feel better when I'm not a good person.
I could be such a better person, but no one else is. So who cares?
This is amazing. This is amazing. This is the third time I've witnessed this happening. I have to start keeping track of this. When when because this is a narcissistic admission. This is driven by jealousy. He feels insecure when he's around people who look better than he does, or who do better than him.
Right.
That's like that's like the ambulant therapist I once had, who admitted that she doesn't want her clients to show any anger or pain because that spills over to her. She used the exact words that describe how narcissists function neurologically in regards to their retarded emotional development, and it's just baffling, because that way she essentially enacts perpetuates psychological emotional abuse with her clients that she's supposed to help, but she can't because of this emotional immaturity of the narcissism. And another one admitted during the conversation, it was longer ago, that she does not understand empathy. She didn't use the word, but when the concept was explained to her of trying to see the world from another person's perspective, she was completely baffled. And she's over 40, and she was completely baffled that nobody has ever told her anything like this. And then she called me insane for it because she couldn't imagine it. Like, these are narcissistic admissions of narcissists where they are even not capable of something. And they use the wording that we use in literature where we teach about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. They use the exact words we use to describe it. That is what baffles me. And here he admits that he's insecure about people who look better than him, and he feels more secure if everyone looks worse than him. This is just narcissistic jealousy.
All right, here's Vladimir Dragunov.
I'm sorry for rambling on so long.
Thibor, I'm
worry.
fairly certain that is an unhealthy body type for a Homo sapien. Thibor? Thibor. I'm not sure.
Because of how he's pronouncing it 4, right? Like the number 4. Jesus Christ.
4?
Yeah, he's pronouncing Thor as 4.
Maybe if the kind of late for that. Ragnarok is game number 5.
Jesus Christ.
Bruh.
Right.
Oh, I approve.
Except for the mobile games.
Wrong.
Anyway.
The mobile games are not canon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. What are you talking about?
Oh god, it's mobile games.
They mentioned not mobile game. Well, technically yes, they were for the PS Vita, but they're all of similar quality.
They were good. I like them.
They were good.
Anyway.
I prefer
God wouldn't have anything on the Vita. The hell are you talking about?
I prefer the ported versions for the PlayStation 3.
That was PSP. That was Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No,
Keep on
those
going.
weren't mobile games. Those were PSP.
I don't fucking
Them
care.
looks like them, and you know that is something
Just
that's cool.
so-
Just like maybe Abby from The Last of Us, who does look like women, and they found.
No, she doesn't.
Already, for fuck's
looks
sake.
Fucking simple for ugly ass girls who don't like themselves. They won't
looks
fuck
like
you
women.
anyway.
She looks like women.
Leave me alone.
Abby is the proto-woman. Abby is the woman from whom all womanhood sprang. Bruh. Your grammar
What was
is
that story?
atrocious,
I keep
bro.
forgetting the name of that story.
Good story.
What?
Well, I'm just wait. Just
The deluded
Go on,
socialist
just go
who had a YouTube channel?
no. That's
The official biography of Kavernacle.
Sorry, is he a communist? I can't remember which one he is. It's one of those.
He's an idiot.
I know Kavernacle is.
All right, well, let's keep on going.
yeah.
Please.
This character that kind of represents their body type. Now, the gamer did a decent people about this stuff, just talk about the mythology of it, and a lot of those anti-SJW gamers mentioned it, but I'm just going to read it in case you guys aren't actually familiar of why you can justify, if you even need to justify.
I think we should just shorten anti-SJW to anti-socialist.
Yes.
Because that's just what it is.
No, you should shorten it to rational person.
That's not quite shortening it, is it? Just
no,
people. Just call people.
That's not on. It's not on point.
Normal people.
Normal people.
Normal people. People, guys, girls, whatever. Normal.
Yeah,
people.
but the problem with that is that the socialists claim to be normal people.
No. They know they're not.
No.
They know they're not. They're special. They're fighting the good
It doesn't
fight.
matter.
I agree, Wisp. Insane people claim to not be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fact.
I mean, insane people claim to be sane.
When they're clearly fucking not.
All right.
Yeah.
Making a bit of a larger character than
A
someone
bit.
like Kratos, for example.
You don't understand.
If you're mad like God of War Ragnarok's 4,
All right. Okay. This is fine. We know the mythology. Red hair, drinks a lot of beer. Blah blah blah. All his
This
timestamps
has
are
been
just
repeated several times.
yeah, they're just long and boring. Like the mythology of Thor that makes a larger version possible. How superhero shows and Love Island promote an unrealistic ideal male body. What the hell is Love?
Oh, it's because Love Island, they all have extreme plastic surgery. And that's actually, I remember hearing something about getting the Love Island treatment, which means you get extreme lip fillers. So that's just weird. Yeah.
I
But
don't
like
care.
I said earlier, in the mythology, there are very few descriptions as to what Thor looked like, aside from red hair.
Anyway, his entire body image speak is almost 10 minutes long. I mean, we can just zoom ahead to the end here, but
I found the story that I meant. It's Harrison Bergeron. It's a short story by Kurt Vonnegut, and in the story, it's a dystopian description of what socialists actually do. In the end, in practice, and we see this playing out right now, is to make everyone equal. Everyone who has a natural is naturally better at something than other people has to be, because the people who are naturally less scoring as high can't bring them up to that. So all the people who score higher in some attribute are brought down. So everyone who's more beautiful will have some disfigurement. They will be forced to have surgery that disfigures them. Everybody who can run really fast will have to carry weights to slow them down. Everybody who's more intelligent than others will have to wear an earplug that at random times makes a really high-pitched noise in their heads so that they lose concentration. And this is essentially what SJWs, what socialists are trying to do when they always talk about, these are unrealistic expectations. And the fat people, the lazy people, those are normal. Let's all be like the really sloppy people and be like the dumb people. Don't expect anyone to achieve anything. Let's give everybody PhDs because they deserve it. Because of their race, they deserve it. Because they were deprived of it, so now we have to hand them out for free. And you could say the way the SATs in the United States are scored based on what race you are. Like the Asians are handicapped; they have to score higher than the white people, and the black people have to score lesser than the white people. That is that in action. Affirmative action is this exact story in playing out in the real world, and that is what social justice is. This is what it's essentially. This is what the tool of social justice is supposed to do.
Okay, well,
to make everyone to get everyone on the same level, and that usually means bringing everyone down.
when a YouTuber or someone talks about their personal life, it's fair game, even though that is technically an ad hominem. But he's bringing the topic up, so if you want to talk about your personal life, it's fair game. And this is where I wanted to reserve our judgment for. So he's going to talk about his exercise history and his journey into stopping that. So.
X to doubt on the exercise.
Stopping
system.
exercise?
The lack of exercise.
This nigga
And
didn't
he's
start.
strong and
I'm
stuff.
sad.
And that is just, for me, it's a problem with seeing so many, men in the media and stuff with this body that I feel like is really unattainable for a lot of people. And
No, it's not.
It's not impossible.
All you need
You
is
just said that there was a lot of people in the media that have this body. That means it's attainable by a lot of people. You fucking flat brain.
You are just lazy and have no ambition, and you are unable to discipline yourself. However you manage to learn to brush your teeth every day is beyond me. Because that
We don't know his personal hygiene.
self-discipline.
This is no
That too
different.
requires self-discipline.
This is no different than any kind of problem-solving issue you have in life. Like, how do I get a car? How do I get my license? How do I get insurance? Yada yada. You have to do all these steps to finally own and drive a car. It's hard, but you still have to go through that to have a life. If you don't want to go to the gym because you think the unattainable body is impossible, fine. But that's what quitters do. That's what people who
But
don't try.
not just
Like,
that,
there's a
but you
reason-
can work out at home where there
Oh, yeah.
isn't any sort of issue with being around other people where it might make you feel nervous or insecure if that's really a hang up
I
for
think
you.
that's
but-
okay. That's a good point. But I would argue going to the gym for a goal that you have set in your mind is more important than looking around the gym. And yes, it is good to look around the gym and say, what's this guy doing? Maybe he has some good ideas. Maybe he can help me. Maybe I can help him. That's great. That's normal stuff in life. But if you are there for a goal and you lose that goal, that's on you. That's your problem. That's not some unattainable body image that the media has shown us, or art as oh, there's no way women can look like this or men can look like that. It's like, why not? Do you want that?
Yeah.
I
Right.
love the logic of a lot of people can do it, therefore it's unattainable.
There
Bears,
are,
I love your new
Yeah,
avatar.
and it doesn't have as much or anything to do with the media, because
Courtesy of
the
Ken.
media wasn't a thing for a long time, a very, very long time of humanity, and still people worked out to look good and to be healthy.
yeah, and there's various kinds of metabolisms. I know mine. I'm very anaerobic, so I burn a lot of fat very easily. And I would have to work out and eat 3 to 4 times as much to get those levels of physique and lifestyle. I could still do that, but it's going to take a lot of time. So if I have the time, I'm not devoting to reading or sleeping or whatever the other time thing I'm doing, I could do that if I really, really wanted to. It's not impossible.
Yeah. So unless you have some case of severe diabetes, you have probably no excuse to look like that.
Like guys like you, Smud, you have to straight up eat like a hobbit. You gotta have breakfast. You gotta have fucking second breakfast.
breakfast.
You gotta have 11
Yeah,
Z's.
I know.
You gotta have tea time. You gotta have dinner. You gotta have supper. You gotta have dessert.
It's
All of the potatoes.
it is
Yes. And a brace of conies.
growing up, like that's pretty much what I was doing because I was in track and field and cross country and doing high jump and long jump and relay races, and I was just constantly going to the bathroom and eating and going to the track, and then so yeah, you need that energy. You burn out really quickly, so I understand that. So once I realized what was wrong with it, because you have to go get your thyroid checked, you got to do all this shit to make sure you're okay, and it's like, oh, I can live this way if I really want to, but that would be a whole lifestyle choice for me. And if I want to go that route, I still have time to jog around the block every day for an hour or so. I really want to.
Yeah. And that's one of these things. If you have hypothyreosis, you get fat because your body doesn't burn anything anymore you put into it.
Yeah,
It also means you're low energy while getting fat because your body doesn't function right.
Yeah, the
moment you throw in the supplements for your thyroid hormones, your body starts burning that stuff again, and you stop being fat over time, of course.
Yeah, it's
And also,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, just sometimes so much of this actual fat gain and loss comes down to diet, less not so much exercise itself. Exercise is primarily for building your muscles, not necessarily. It's all about that calorie deficit for actually losing weight, or a calorie surplus for gaining that weight. Something that you're looking to do, like if you're trying to actively build more muscle. So
it makes a difference what you take in, protein, fat, or carbohydrates. However, but generally the rule of thumb is what goes in also needs to get out, needs to be burned, and what doesn't get burned on the way, that just stays in the long term
Eating clean
storage facility.
Eating clean is also important because a lot of the reasons why I'm having issues shedding the last bit of weight I got is because when I was working out, I did a thing called dirty bulking, which is just getting X amount of calories however you can from whatever the fuck source.
Anyway, what I'm saying is everyone knows it's discipline, it's routine, and if you don't have that, if you lost sight of your goal, that's on you. That's not society's fault. That's not media's fault. It's not art's fault. It's you. You're saying you can't do it. That's all it is.
And Kavernacle, if you have your wonderful utopian communist commune, it won't work if you're not all having high levels of self-discipline, because you won't have a food supply without that.
I mean, he doesn't.
Well, then they'll all be thin.
He doesn't need self-discipline. The commissars will come down and beat the discipline into him.
Anyway, do we want to listen to the rest of this? Or do you want to just call it a night?
Yes, I want to hear Kavernacle give excuses for why he's a fat, lazy piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to hear this.
Have the luxury or maybe even the money to get this body, because I was obviously putting the work in for
You
this.
don't need any money.
Okay, Kavernacle. Gym membership per month, $40 for a good one. Chicken. You can get a 5-pound bag for $7. Wild rice. You can get a lot of wild rice. A lot. For about $7 to $10. You can get spinach. Just the fucking pre-bagged Popeye spinach for $2 a bag.
And even if you don't have a gym, you can still do most of the things. Without that, you only need the discipline.
Yes. And if you're cheap, if you're on a budget and you can't afford a gym membership, that means you can take some of that gym membership money and put it into muscle gaining supplements, protein powders, intra-workout drinks, pre-workout, the stuff with beta alanine.
Yeah, or instead save up on it and buy one or two workout devices for home. If you don't if you don't want to spend money on weight, just keep lifting your box of drinks.
Chocolate oranges. Just get one in each hand and do lifts.
Do them goblet squats with the chocolate oranges in your hands.
Hey, it's progress.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
In my mind, I always thought I've got to get back to the gym, do some weights.
No, it doesn't take time. Everybody has up to 20 minutes a day if you want to do this. You have 20 minutes. You even have 5. Start with 5. You have 5 minutes to do something. You can start with just doing squats. to just if you do nothing at all, start with squats. Easiest thing in the world. Your ass will ache after 10 if you've never done them. If you get to 20, amazing. You do that twice a week, you start getting into shape, you start getting the hang of it, you start getting the ritual into your 2 weekly slots, and once you have that going after 3 or 4 weeks, you can build on that and add more little exercises into that, and you're building your own workout routine. And you don't even need any tools for that. Those come later. If you want them, if you need them.
Here's what you do, like Kavernacle, and if you actually want to go, like, devote 30 minutes per muscle group. Right? And you don't have to hit the same muscle groups multiple times per week unless, you know, they're lagging muscles. Right? Like, just one day. Forearms, biceps, triceps, shoulders. That's 2 hours. That's all that is. Everybody has 2 hours to devote to that kind of thing.
Yeah. And another setup, because when I teach people about meditation, that's basically the general bout is 20 minutes for most people. That's when they naturally come out of it again.
That's right.
And you can just do that. That is sufficient once a week to just sort out the trash in your RAM of your mind. Everybody can take that time, and this is the important thing about where he says he doesn't have the time. Kavernacle, nobody of us believes that you're doing anything with your life. You have time, but to stay on that choice of words, people always say, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. Nobody has time for anything. Nobody has time. Time is something you take. You take the time. The question is, do you want to take the time? Is the thing important enough to you to take the time, to make room for it? Because every time you sit on the couch while there are ads running, and you just wait for the ads to be over, you could do a small workout. Ever thought about that?
No, he's never thought about anything ever.
Doesn't think.
Like, the only thing he thinks about is chocolate oranges.
Anyway, we'll keep going.
Putting all my energy to football in a way I'd never done before. I'll show you a photo from a bit later. So here's me during one of the lockdowns, and I have bigger arm muscles, right?
Just the right one.
Fuck off! I have bigger arm. Fuck you! Fuck all the way off, dude. No, you don't.
What was
There's nothing on the shoulder.
What was Wes saying about that narcissism again?
Okay. He has no pecs, no traps, no delts. He has no lats.
His other arm, with which he's holding the smartphone, doesn't look very muscly there.
Yeah, that's because this is his masturbating arm that he's flexing.
Yes. That's what I wanted to get at.
Wait,
and he
what?
still has to flex for it.
You wanted to get at what exactly?
If it was toned, if it was actually toned, he wouldn't need to flex to show it.
What?
It's his pecker pusher arm.
You know what? You know what? Remember months ago when I made the Kavernacle meme?
Yes.
I wasn't trying to predict the future, but apparently I did.
Bear's nose. Someone make a meme out of that now. Just Bear's nose.
I am Nostradamus.
Psychic
you
bears.
Believe.
Just put a dragon dildo in his hand.
No, it's in his ass. That's why you're not seeing it.
Okay.
Man.
Fucking
so sad.
When I had a body that had like more mass, I was thinking, well, my stomach.
You had an arm that had more mass.
You don't have any mass. You have no mass. Fucking idiot.
Well, even here, where he's happy about this, he's still not smiling.
No, hold on.
He's completely anhedonic. It's baffling.
I've been friends with guys who, when they go for pics like this, they will take their arm flab and kind of like mush it against their body to pretend like they have biceps. Look how close.
So to push it forward slightly, and it looks a bit like this because he's holding it so close to his chest.
Yes.
It's arm sucking it in.
Yes. That is,
like
you're right. It's like the arm version of sucking it in. It's just moving your fucking bingo wing up to look like a bicep.
Yeah.
When you have no biceps.
It's the ad hoc push-up bra for men.
Yes.
All right, that's good.
Like, I don't have much definition there at all.
Sort of like in cartoons, putting a finger behind your arm.
Fucking Ego Dreamer said massless effects.
Of my life, I felt bad about my body, and that is just ridiculous. And I know it's ridiculous.
Ego Dreamer is
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
I want to know what he said. I want to know what he said here. Also, he had no muscle on his shoulder at all. You would naturally get that at least somewhat.
Like, how do you have a human body that goes neck and then it does a fucking right angle to your shoulders? How do you do that? You have to, like, unwork out your traps to get something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, like, specifically not target your traps to get this.
Okay.
During lockdowns, and I have bigger arm muscles, right? And then you'd think I'd probably be a bit happier. But of course, when I had a body that had like more mass, I was thinking, well, my stomach's fat now. Like, I don't have much definition there.
It's
at all.
not
Like,
about
abs
the
I used to
mass.
have when I was training all the time, they're pretty much gone. So in both phases of my life, I felt bad about my body.
Last year
you
was
never
a phase.
you never worked out to any healthy moment.
Last year was a phase of your life. What the hell happened to you, man?
Hey, I have some words. I have some words of wisdom for Kavernacle. I do.
Kill yourself.
As
Childhood and 2020. That's it.
as a 21-year-old person here. Listen, growing up, I had very bad body image issues. I know exactly how you are feeling. I felt so terrible about myself. I was constantly comparing myself to others. And then I just pushed myself to the extreme. No, hold on. I'm getting to that. Wait for it to come. But anyway, I continued to work myself to the bone until I was even admitted to the hospital because I took diet and exercise to such an extreme. And it was never good enough. So guess what? I accepted that I was never going to meet that unrealistic expectation that I held for myself, but I could strive to be the healthiest person possible by eating a balanced diet, regularly exercising, and making sure that my own house was in order. And guess what? I may not look like a supermodel. I know that's unattainable for me. But thing is, I am okay with me because you've got to... Listen, man, you've got to get to this point where you just say, fuck everything else around. I'm just going to do what's best for me and no one else. And sister, you will be better.
Be butter, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, embrace butter. It's better than the hydrogenated oil or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. What I've with the girls I was dealing and talking with about who had these kinds of issues. Some were bulimic. It was always they had completely distorted conceptions of what makes a sexy body, what men like in a woman's body, and
exactly.
the supermodel industry, that is just they just have shit taste, if you ask me. They have shit taste in women. Those women exist. But there's not. I don't think there's a lot of people who are actually into those women, because if you just sit down on the marketplace. Well, probably not during this lockdown crap, but sit down on the marketplace of your town, of your city, and just watch the people who walk by. Watch the pairs, the husbands and wives that walk by. They all look kind of average, and they all get someone. Even the not so, even the below average, they all get someone. It's all a question of confidence and character. And in regards to what men find sexy about a woman's body, it's not having dating a skeleton that you just hurt yourself while you're trying to cuddle, because there's nothing to cuddle with. There's just bones. And one of the things, so one problem is these girls tend to chase numbers that are meaningless, because nobody gives a shit what your kilograms are or how much calories you eat. People give a shit about, does your body look healthy? And that is not a fixed number of kilograms in some magazine or something that the other girlfriends say that you must have exactly. You must never come over this one level. If you have a different body type, you will have a different skeletal structure. You will have a different distribution of fat. Maybe you have more fat than others or less. Maybe you have more muscle or less than others without working out, that is. And that will all contribute to your overall weight. The question is, does your body look healthy? Is what you see in the mirror, do you like it? Regardless of what the numbers say. And next thing, that is a universal thing. That's why I'm saying it. That I've come across. There is this little piece of fatty tissue beneath the navel, between navel and genitals. It probably has a name. In around the pelvic area. And women, the girls I talked with constantly were trying to get rid of this piece of fat, because I have this belly and I'm so fat and it's not going away, and they keep to the point of looking anorexic, and they're just bulimic. There's a difference between the two, because they want to get rid of that fat. And I had to tell each of them, this portion of fat is never going to go away. It's supposed to be there, because tell me what organ is beneath that piece of fatty tissue.
Well,
it's the
going to be your
uterus.
uterus, which
Exactly.
always swells once a month.
Exactly. And that fatty tissue is supposed to be insulation. It's a protective barrier, and is supposed to be there as insulation to also keep it at a level temperature. And so that's number one. It's supposed to be there. If it wasn't, you would have a problem and probably have issues getting children at some point. So that you will rather die before that fatty tissue goes away. Secondly, men really like to caress you there. They like that part, and that's what and they all look like, oh, their eyes went wide, like, because they remember cuddling with guys and being caressed at that spot. And the men are not aware why they're doing that. This is the reproductive part, and it's soft and it's nice. It's nice to touch the soft parts. So yeah, you girls, you have been primed in some insane way, and the SJWs are not going to give you the right answer of how to deal with that. They're just bringing you into another unhealthy extreme. I think to be done.
I don't think we should continue on. Let's go to stream memes. I think that'll take some time.
Yes, it absolutely will.
We are done.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Where are they? There we go. Okay. This is Fat Thor. Worthy. Okay. I thought that was the dude, but it's not. It's Fat Thor. Okay. Don't you think Thor
Can't
should
tell
be
the
thinner?
difference.
No. Okay, boy. Give this man a salad? That's good. That's good. What is he drinking? A bottle of Jack? What is that? Oh, that's a can. Sorry, it's a can of Coke or something.
What? I think you started way too low.
You started way too low.
Way too low. Yeah, you have to scroll up.
Oh my god.
You have to scroll up to McDonald's.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
The first one was
Daimon was,
McDonald's, yeah.
Tall, blonde, and
the first one
gorgeous,
was-
painfully thick. Oh, jeez.
no, thick is I hate no. Thick is a very specific. Like he got a little extra chub in all the right places.
Yeah.
Like, having a fat gut on a man is exactly the wrong place.
But it's a nice pillow.
No.
For you, maybe.
Yeah,
It's a nice
and
pillow for you.
yes, but I mean, like, also, my man's not going to be able to run that fast away from me because I know I can outrun him, right?
Well, that and the fucking chains in the basement you have him strapped to.
All right.
Those are for me.
Ow.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
There's the dude. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Good stuff. The janitor, the gym teacher. What?
Yep,
The janitor.
this is true.
Yep.
Yes.
Not unreal.
That moment when every chubby kid on the block figured out their next Halloween costume.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, he still has more muscle than this guy in the game.
10 years ago, I promised myself to get a body like Thor. I finally achieved it. Aha.
Boo.
Whole Thor, half Thor, fat Thor.
Yes.
I like it. It's
Mhm.
clever enough.
Yeah.
With the Al Bundy hand.
The Thor we thought we gonna get, the Thor we got. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That's from Smite?
I think so. Maybe. I haven't seen Smite artwork in a while.
Reminds me of that style.
This is the ideal male body. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
No, they X'd it out.
He's so fat. God of War, Santa Monica Studio. I love him.
And I just realized his nipples are at a 90-degree angle from each other.
Oh god.
That is weird.
Thanks for the
What?
geometry lesson there on nipples. It's always nice. Thank you.
Well, that's normally if you draw female bodies, that's the angle you draw female breasts at.
Depending on the actual size and shape, yes, that is true.
Yes, but it's the rule of thumb.
When you realize Avengers and God of
Yes,
War are in the
yes,
same
but no.
universe.
No, skip this because of the iFunny watermark.
Oh. Here it is, worthy. Okay.
And
Don't
now
you
we're-
think Thor should be thinner? No.
Well, of course Kratos wouldn't think that because he's gonna have to fight that motherfucker.
Yeah. Give this man a salad. There's the joke. Okay.
I don't know. Kratos isn't as thin as he used to be.
I got a salad for you.
When your friends
Oh,
make a
Kratos-
drawing
Yeah,
of
with
you
really
to
tough
make
dressing.
you feel better about yourself, you guys. I always wanted to be a redhead. Her boyfriend, her dad, her, and then you.
Yeah.
Who's her dad?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Buff guy.
some random buff old dude. Looks like Hiroshi if they did an actual live action Dragon Ball or something.
Thank you, Mark. Very cool.
Mark is a
Thank
genius.
you, Mark.
Oh.
And someone's running around with popcorn.
Like knowing Mark, he straight up made this from scratch in Blender.
Yeah.
Mark, your blood, sweat, and tears do not go unnoticed.
Holy
Thank you, sir.
Jesus. Oh my god. He has such a
I
blocky
love that the
figure.
pinky finger is extended.
He has such a blocky
That's
finger.
how you know Abby's fancy.
He has such a blocky figure. Damn it, Smut. I thought you were talking about Minecraft. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Nice Jewish Thor. Break you. Oh, God.
Thank you, Mark. Very cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Pizza, anyone?
Yep.
And
Yep. Planet Fitness.
It's the planet.
Planet Fitness attached to the fucking Papa
Papa John.
John.
Isn't Papa John's a walk-in?
What? No.
I think you
Papa
can call
John's is a
ahead.
delivery.
It's a
No,
restaurant?
Papa
Okay.
John's is a delivery.
Oh,
It's a
yeah, no.
delivery.
They just
You just pick up, yeah.
No, Papa John's delivers.
Yeah, there's no restaurant. There's no seats in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Ken, goddammit.
Chocolate orange. Jeez. Ken, holy crap. This is like watching my Prime Minister turn American. Wow. Intimidating. Oh, no.
Well, Kevin James was ripped.
Well, once.
He would be but he would be a more realistic depiction if Thor had let himself go.
Was he a boxer or was he a wrestler? What was he before? I can't remember. I know he did something like that.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've seen pictures of where he had a pretty ripped body.
Hey, you were requesting this, and this is
Thank you, Lone Wanderer. I
Leonardo
appreciate it.
DiCaprio's body sipping some. What is he drinking in that
Smart.
shot anyway? I never watched this.
That I believe that was bourbon.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That's very American. Okay, I'm okay with that depiction. I don't know what the hell the background image is. Holy shit! What the hell's going on there?
That's in the thing. Calvin Candy is a slave owner, and one of the things he specializes in is fighting Negroes.
So that's a
that is
wrestling.
That is a marble statue of, I think Greco
Wrestling men.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
whatever it is, I love staring at it.
Oh. According to Wisp,
Bicep. Yep.
I love it.
Arrgh.
We need the tree sup now.
the ASAP.
Yeah, we
BSAP,
pronounce the I as E.
ESAP. God of War Ragnarok character design Thor. Originally, Thor is represented as a fat, red-haired man, so we decided to make his character look more accurate to Norse mythology.
They did.
Anger Boda. Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah.
Anger Boda woke.
Whatever.
Also,
Yeah.
funny watermark. Guys, crop that shit.
It's not that hard.
It's so funny.
It takes work.
You're Jeffrey Lebowski. I'm the dude, man. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
that's
Wait, is that a hawk?
that's a bit
Yes,
scary.
it's Hawk.
That's
Or is that Kavernacle? I can't tell the difference.
It's Hawk. It's Hawk. It's Hawk.
Like, listen, all British men don't look alike, all right?
the
Come on now.
okay.
I swear they do.
The
I
veiled
swear.
one. Oh,
Please.
nice. This is.
Oh god, no.
What is happening here? I like it though.
It's so small.
It's great.
Friendship ended with Armored Skeptic TM. Now add Vosh V is. Oh no.
Very dumb.
Well, no, because Vosh only likes horse cock and fat ogre women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is true. It would never work out. I'm so sorry.
She actually
Oh,
watches
shit,
Vosh.
Donut Drake. Oh shit, Donut Drake.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, boy. This was a cheat code in the original.
Yeah.
In the original
In Uncharted 1.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, there's more. Easy.
Yeah, there's more.
A cucumber.
There's a fuck ton tonight.
He looks so confused and offended at the same time.
What
by
is
a creature,
this?
by a
What do I
side of a
do?
vegetable.
What Do I throw
I
this?
mean, how do you not know how to use a cucumber? I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Like Greek salads.
Oh, wow.
Just insert it directly into your mouth. That's what I do.
This is,
In this picture, he looks like Chris Pratt if he was super fat.
yeah. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Holy! What the hell happened?
It's theory. I laugh at them because theory all the same.
Wow.
What the fuck was that?
Wow.
Whoa.
Vin Diesel before women made fun of him. Oh, you mean he was fat?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's pregnant with a barrel of beer.
Yeah. Vin afterward, yeah, he actually worked it off. Yeah, what do you know?
Probably for the
His
probably just
family.
For the
Can
no, because
That is-
because Fast and Furious.
That is a weird belly button.
This is what killed me halfway through the stream.
Wow. What is?
Did he touch the butt? Is that
That's-
an anemone?
Yeah, that's the sea animal. Yeah.
Finding Nemo. Ah.
Like, hey, look at me! I'm gonna touch the butt.
I'm assuming this is a Red Dead
Oh.
reference. I don't know, but
Yes.
okay. Big guy
Omni-smut.
playing. Oh, Hugh Jackman and Arthur Morgan. Look at that, fantastic. Looking good.
Cool.
Why does John smooth face John Marston look like Michael from GTA 5?
Oh, what the? Really?
It does. Huh. Interesting.
Interesting. All right, there's Chris Pratt.
Damn.
There's
Well, speaking of,
Fat Thor, and he's trying to copy me. Okay.
I mean, that's actually what he said in the movie.
Eric, you're posting. You're just posting pictures of Red Dead.
Yourself.
Why? Oh my
You're
God!
posting pictures
Thanks
of
to
yourself,
Marvel for
man.
thinking of guys like me. I can dress up like Thor for Halloween and get away. Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Jeez.
Oh, fuck the next one, too.
No.
2017, 2000. Yeah. Something happened there.
They literally did ruin her design. I'm not even gonna. That's just.
Even her nose is
Common
different.
sense.
Yeah. What happened there? Jeez.
They made her look like a dude.
That is not what menopause does to you.
When your
It does horrible things. It can do horrible things to you, but not this.
When your Thor cosplay finally on point. Oh.
No.
Glorious.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Bale. Oh, there's many renditions. Yeah.
Yeah, he went under a lot of. I mean, he's such a method actor. His role in as Dick Cheney, I think I read that he had undergone major weight loss for his prior role. I think it was when he played Batman again, and then he immediately had to bulk up for Dick Cheney.
That voice still
Yeah,
sucks ass though.
The first one is from The Machinist, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
That is a movie worth watching.
Oh no, the width slider. Oh no. Thanks, Skyrim.
I mean, that Skyrim's not the only one. Let's be honest.
What is going on here? SpongeBob and I don't know. Skadoosh. There he is. Baboom. When I started going to the gym, how did you guys get this big so quickly? And then if you go to the gym, you support fat shaming.
The hell does that have to do
That's
with
their
it?
motivation. Oh,
Bullshit.
that's good.
That don't mean that. It's funny, but that don't mean jack shit.
It's like, no.
Wait,
Okay, there's the original Thor, and there's the
Superior
widescreen
one.
Thor. Same.
they look the
Yeah.
same.
They're the same.
Yeah, and, but this looks imposing.
Here's this guy who.
This is he looks ominous and imposing.
I don't know what this channel's called, but I have
They
seen.
still
him.
look the same.
He eats an incredible amount of food. I don't know why he does that, but
Oh, the fucking Nikocado avocado. Oh, he's actually a talented violinist, like classically trained and everything, and he
Kevin
wastes
James.
his talent on.
no, I don't think Kevin James could pull it off. I really don't.
Hell no.
His acting is not anywhere close to Christopher Judge.
Especially not Big Show.
Is that
Either.
the same dude?
Then the next one, yeah, that's the Big Show.
Okay.
Do not insult the Big Show.
I haven't said that. All I'm saying is that it's him. I haven't said anything else.
Yeah, he could.
Okay.
He could pull it off.
You better fucking not.
He could pull it off. I think he could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, all I told Smut is that that's the Big Show. I didn't say anything else.
Good. Good.
All right, Bob. Oh no, thanks, Bob.
Skip this one. This is just movie Bob shit
Yeah,
again.
thank you, Mortal.
no,
This
but
feast shall
there's
help me defeat Kratos.
Blob logic.
I love it. Every time Cav hears ridiculous on the spot, yeah. Still got laid.
Oh, good for Hawk.
What is Hawk doing?
Good for Hawk. Hawk ditched all of us, so he sucks. He's just out being disrespectful of the
Yeah.
rest of us.
Yeah, Hawk's out there disrespecting us by getting a 9-to-5 job so he can pay for himself and his child. What an asshole!
I know, right?
Bears, you're fat shaming. Okay, that's good.
Yes, I am.
Beautiful.
So here's Hawk with his lovely girlfriend, I'm sure. Totally not
Aw.
getting drunk because he's already drunk.
Oh, it's on point.
Yeah.
I need to catch up to him.
Just 3 cans of beer a day.
Damn him.
Yeah, it's standard staple.
That's just the Brit thing to do.
According to Neil Druckmann, the decision was made to take the character out because I didn't want to have a laugh at someone's expense. I thought we matured beyond that. It's not to say Donut Drake wasn't on the cards. We actually had the whole thing modeled and in there. The choice was made internally. We had a big debate about... all it is a cheat code to turn it on, right? That's all it is.
It's just about it. It's like a big head
Yeah.
cheat code. It's nothing else.
And he took it off because he was so sensitive about pissing someone off. What a weirdo.
Yeah, but we have to watch him fuck himself in the ass in
God.
Last of Us 2.
Yes.
Pop culture is way too
Ew.
white. POC need more representation. I'm like, what the? Oh, so they show. Who is that on the right?
That's is that Benedict Cumberbatch? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Idris Elba?
Are we talking
Take
about
yourself
on
off
the bottom?
yeah.
Yeah.
that was that Stephen King movie that flopped horribly.
Oh boy.
Dark Tower.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dark Tower sucked.
What gives? Why'd they change the character? Yikes, sweaty. Why do you care about a fictional character's race, weirdo? Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh.
Skip.
Oh, no.
Skip,
Ellen!
skip,
No,
skip,
no.
skip,
How
skip.
did you,
Skip
Ellen?
that one. Don't. No. No.
I don't want to see skinny boys. Ew.
Dr.
Trans.
It's
House.
worse than that.
Boy.
Men are pigs. They will pretty much have sex with anyone. Fat, skinny, married, single, complete, strangers, relatives. Okay. Last one. Fate. Thanks, Alex. Fate series Thor.
How
Yes.
do-
It's actually a guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
I don't remember
see
that.
Yulita approves.
I don't remember that. Actually, I never read that manga where we had Thor and Fate. I don't remember that at all. But leave it to Fate to have everything under the sun turn into an anime character. So anyway, whoo, that was fun. Not too long. That took us, what, 3 hours? Yeah. Okay.
It only cost me the whole bottle of tequila.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, what was left of the bottle?
That's reasonable. Okay. Anyway, that was, Jesus, I don't know, where do we stop with Mr. Cav? 24 minutes and 40 seconds? Yeah, good luck trying to watch the rest of that crap. Enough for me. Anyway, I personally have no stake in this. I don't really care. But the fact that the previous game showed Thor a certain way and now he's different must be explained with a time skip or some thing happened to in his life that he ran to beer or he ran to eating huge amounts of carbohydrates. I have no idea.
For that kind of change, just the time skip isn't enough because this is a quasi-immortal character, eternal. He doesn't change much.
Oh, sorry.
So if he changed this much, all of a sudden there needs to be a good reason.
Right. Okay, I got one more super chat. We can call it a night. Lucas Koval, hey, how's it going? My dudes, SJWs and anti-SJWs are both equally bad. I'm just an everyman caught in the middle trying to figure this out. La centrist. I don't think a centrist has anything to do with SJWism or not.
No, it's pretentious people who claim that, and they're simply people who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about because they don't know what socialism even is and what it wants.
I don't think any of them actually care because when we see these things, just like on Twitter, we just sort of react to it and then we just let it go because we don't care. It's like an animal looking at a thing that they saw pass through the car window that they were traveling in. It's like, phew, it's just gone.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And Kavernacle made a YouTube channel about that very topic. Just people reacting on Twitter, which is fun.
Oh no, people don't like what my socialist mad religion is doing. Oh, they're such bad, regressive, what was it?
Reactionaries.
Reactionary people.
Or anti-SJWs, yeah.
They're bad for being in the way of socialism that only wants to build a new dystopia that kills millions. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why people have a problem with that.
Poverty and destroying your rights. That's great. Thanks, Cav. That's great.
Yeah, for completely messing up the economy because there's nothing as economically illiterate than a socialist besides maybe a 3-year-old child.
Anyway, we're done.
I don't know. They might have more of a grasp on economics than a Kavernacle.
Well,
that's why I said maybe.
That's another topic. I don't think debating him in economics is going to be any feat on our part to actually study for.
Oh, I'm not talking about them. Smart. I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about basic production of food.
Oh.
That's where it starts.
Okay.
If you don't even have that, we don't need to talk about money.
Okay. Anyway.
I love the fact that communists, they fucked up making food. How many centuries has humanity grown food and communists come along and fuck it up?
Yeah.
Since we got off the trees.
Amazing. Anyway. Yeah, we're calling it a night, guys. Thank you, Letta. Thank you, Bearserker. Always a pleasure. And Wisp as always. Gigaman, thanks for hanging in there, buddy. Man, long.
Yeah.
But we got it through. We got through it as best we could, and we had some good times. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Less painful than Renegade Cup.
Well, Renegade Cup.
That's not saying much.
Okay. Let's not even remember that. Jeez.
Let's not revisit that.
Holy crap. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. Keep the suggestions coming. I do appreciate them. Always nice to see a difference in video choices, whether it's political or anime or movies. Keep them mixed. I like it. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.